Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Hi Joan and Utter Nutter and Cecile. Let's see. Hi Shelly's Hope. And who else did I see? I think I saw Kelly searching equals answers. Did I get that correct? There we go. I'm glad Kelly searches equals answers. I'm glad that you're here because well, something I want. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Absolutely. Thank you, Joan. I didn't even realize that today was Valentine's Day until, I don't know, sometime this evening. So, well, now that some of the chaos has sort of subsided or slowed down, as far as I'm concerned at least, I really want to switch gears and get back to, what we know is important or what I think is important for this channel. And that's complete justice for the victims. So I want to, talk about what you think that means. And I just want to start off discussing a little bit about our friend Nicole Kessinger. I personally think if you're looking at all of the evidence and everything that there is to take in this so-called case, do you guys agree with me or not? I feel the only logical next step is far as who may have been in the know, involved in the cover-up, in the act, whatever it may be, is that Nicole Kessinger was somehow involved. I know that there are people that have different opinions that go a little further than that, and I'm willing to discuss it as long as we stay grounded in the realm of like fact-based reality. But for me, I just feel like it's a little bit of a stretch to go much further than that. What do you guys think? Hi, Aussie Girl Jen. How you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you here. Yes, Joan says, I do and always will. Yes, Joan, I love it. Well, here, let me just play a little bit of this for us. Share. And then I have some more stuff to present you. I just want to get all on the same track of where we're going moving forward. As if being on the same track with this case is even an option, but I'm going to pretend. This is my video. The biggest lie that NK told, she told time and time again, and she told it here in this interview. The reason this lie is the biggest lie is because NK told law enforcement that the reason she deleted all of her texts to and from Chris Watts, and we also found out that she broke her SIM card, is because when she was reading a newspaper article after Shanann and the girls went missing, she found out that Shanann was pregnant. She said that she deleted all the texts to erase Chris out of her life because when she found that out, she was so hurt, and it was the hurt that made her erase the text. She just wanted to erase them from her life. It was like it was a really bad breakup. So listen to this.
You said earlier you did not know she was pregnant until reading the newspaper. So that never came up in any conversation. There was no indications that was going on. He never hinted to anything like that. As far as you knew, he was just leaving her. He had 2 children, and that was the final take on that.
Yes. Okay, guys. Well, she can say that as many times as she wants to, but we know something that NK did not know that we would know at the time of this interview. In the discovery, we see that on August 11th, 2018, 2 days before the family went missing, and right after, NK and Chris Watts finished their date at the Lost Dog and then went back to her apartment for whatever they were doing. NK searched for Shanann Watts, Ronnie Watts, and 2825 Saratoga Trail. Now, NK also had searched for Shanann Watts several times in the past few weeks. And although Shanann's Facebook page was recently taken down, hopefully just temporarily, we do know that her Facebook page, which is the first thing that would have come up when you search Shanann Watts, her Facebook page was full of statements about how excited she was at her upcoming pregnancy. She even announced that she and Chris were going to be having a little boy. If NK searched Shanann Watts on August 11th, 2018, and several times in the past few weeks, there is absolutely no way that NK could have not known that Shanann Watts was pregnant. So every time she told law enforcement that she did not know that Shanann Watts was pregnant, that was a big, fat lie. This lie makes her reasoning for deleting her texts and breaking her SIM card absolutely null and void. And if that reason is null and void, it leaves us with a question. Why did NK delete those texts? Why did she break her SIM card? Why did she Google if law enforcement could recover texts? Why was she so afraid for law enforcement to read these texts? Now, if I were thinking, should I let law enforcement read these texts and see these raunchy photos or whatever was there? Or should I delete them and have them wonder why I did that when my boyfriend, who is married, is being accused of murder? Which one is worse? I think it would be way worse for law enforcement to wonder why the heck I did what I did and to do something where you could later be charged with obstructing justice. Guys, this is such a big lie and it makes no sense. All right, guys, so let's summarize part 1. You see this picture right here, dated July 14th, 2018. This picture right here was posted on Shanann's Facebook account on July 14th, 2018. That was approximately 1 month before they went missing, before their murders, and approximately 1 month before Nicole Kessinger's interviews. Given the number of times that we know Nicole Kessinger was searching Shanann Watts, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that she saw this post, this one post right here. This is enough. She saw this post. It is very clear from this post that Shanann Watts was pregnant and was awaiting a baby. Not just a baby, but a baby Watts. A baby Watts. Remember how she claimed that Chris told her that the baby was someone else's? This one post right here nullifies all of that. This one post right here proves that Nicole Kessinger lied to investigators about the very reason that she made evidence disappear. Poof! Deleted her text message, broke her SIM card. That was absolutely critical and material to this case, okay? So, if deleting evidence or deleting text messages, getting rid of evidence in a triple homicide case involving a pregnant woman and 2 small children is not enough to be criminally charged in this tragedy, I don't know what is. This alone, this right here, this whole situation that Nicole Kessinger knew that Shanann was pregnant, absolutely, positively, 100% knew it. And therefore, we know that she lied to investigators about getting rid of so much evidence, and then they never followed up with her. No charges were brought against her. This aspect of this case, to me, is the biggest number 1 concrete reason that we know something ain't right here. There are answers, and we need to know what they are. Who does a better job telling us about Nicole Kessinger than Nicole Kessinger herself? Let's take a listen again.
And it's been a few days, so you've had a chance to reflect on some articles that you may have read, and you know, unfortunately, that you're in a situation where somebody has been murdered. And that information, when you look backwards in your memory with conversations with Chris, anything that he might have said that would be relative to that. And I'm not just, and even if one day he was mad, he stopped, like, do this or do that. Anything like that. If he ever made any kind of statements that you were like, whoa, that was weird. Or why would he say that? Or why did he mention that? Do you understand what I'm
No, I completely understand. I just feel like some of this happened so long ago that I can't tell you like the exact words of the exact conversation at the exact time and place, because it's like we had a lot of conversations. I mean, we talked every single day. So it's like I'm trying to help you guys with the stuff like the stuff that's more current. I can give you guys a lot more like detail and exact times. When you're asking me about something that happened 6 weeks ago and exactly what was said, it's like, I mean, I'm sure I can give you a general idea, but to be honest with you, like to pinpoint exact words, it's not going to happen.
Just looking at that small clip, there is just so much to unpack there, like usual. Now, I played some of what Kevin Kovac said to her, so we could hear that he pointed out that he said there's a murder involved. There's not a murder, there's several murders, okay? And even after he pointed that out, her response is just so inappropriate, don't you think? I mean, she's just like, so annoyed, and she's telling him how it is, and she's going to give him this, and she's not going to give him that, and if he expects her to remember back to the beginning, that's crazy. It's 45 days ago, and she says, and look, I'm trying to help you guys, but as if this woman is doing law enforcement or anyone else a favor. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to point out was her complete insensitivity to the fact that people were murdered. And Kevin Kovac didn't state this explicitly in this portion of the interview, but her boyfriend murdered these people. His wife, his 2 children, his pregnant wife, and his 2 children. Okay, so that is point number 1 of this clip. It's just disgusting. This next point is the most important. So NK is stating and complaining that, she can't give them exact detail, the exact time, the exact place, the exact date, because it was so long ago. Well, NK, if we're going by your timeline and you met Chris in the beginning of June, you need to remember back a mere up to 50 days. That shouldn't be too hard. It is known that psychologically, when a person is experiencing strong emotion, like falling in love or a severe trauma, their memories are clear. And people just tend to be able to recall memories that are connected to those strong emotions, like falling in love with Chris Watts. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, finding out that, or knowing ahead of time, we don't know for sure, that the man you've been seeing every day for the past 6 weeks or 5 months or whatever the truth is, just murdered his wife, his pregnant wife, and his 3-year-old and 4-year-old daughters. I think that is a traumatic event by any counts. So her saying that she can't remember all of these things, all of these many things that she's asked about, is just bullshit. So immediately after she's complaining, stating that she couldn't possibly remember all of these details, she says, well, if it's about more recent conversations, then I should be able to tell you guys some more detail, if it's more recent. Okay, so All right, fine. So say that she has a memory problem, and that's true, even though it's not. She's saying, if it was more recent stuff, I would remember content. I'd remember details. Oh, yeah, that is absolutely no problem. All right, well, that's a problem for us because when she is asked about the phone conversations that occurred on Sunday night particularly, but on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday in general, the Saturday and Sunday before the murders and Monday, the day of the murders, she has an exceptionally foggy and absent memory. Now remember, this interview took place on the Thursday after the murders, so we are talking about a few days ago, less than a week for sure, a few days ago. So you can't tell me that you would not remember what you talked about if you're on the phone with somebody for 111 minutes, especially in this day and age when people text a lot and transmit information in a lot of different ways other than making a phone call. You're not going to remember like any of it. All you can say is like, oh yeah, we just like talked about a lot of random stuff, and you know, I mean, that's just such an obvious lie. It's such an obvious lie, and why law enforcement didn't call her out on some of these things, or maybe not even call her out, but why they didn't, use the techniques and methods that they've been trained in to push her a little more, to dig a little deeper, to get more real answers from her, rather than her just playing them and everyone else. Another important point regarding the 111-minute phone call. When law enforcement reviewed cell phone records between Chris Watts and Nicole Kessinger, it can be noticed pretty easily that the pattern of calls and the length of calls and the time of day or night of the calls, the night before the murders, was significantly different than the pattern of phone calls during the rest of the time for which they have record of their phone calls, which is supposedly over 6 weeks, okay? So this 111-minute phone call was, the longest phone call by far. And along with that excessively long phone call, the phone calls also happened later than normal. There were more phone calls than normal. There were a lot of really short phone calls. There were a lot of phone calls intermittently, sprinkled with text. It was just very, very odd. So something big was obviously being talked about or was happening. I mean, what other explanation is there? And if you are communicating with somebody that you're dating and you're in this hot and heavy relationship with, on a particular night in a much different pattern than normal and a much more extensive pattern than normal, is there any possible way you wouldn't pattern than normal? Is there any possible way you wouldn't recall one damn detail of that evening of conversation just a few days later? It's just not possible, guys. The last thing to point out in this short clip of NK speaking is the way that she answers a very simple question. Kevin Kovac asked a long question, or what I suspect he was doing was he was adding a lot of detail to his question, so he would get a concise answer. This is specifically what I am saying, NK, you get me? Like, we don't need, you don't need to write me a book in response, because he already caught on to the fact that she tends to do that. She talks a lot in general, but specifically, when she is asked a question she does not want to answer, she really tries to throw you off the rails, and she just talks and talks and talks, and she asks her own questions within her response and answers her own questions. And, as you're watching the interview tapes, she does throw Kevin Kovac at least off a lot of the time. He asks a lot of questions that she does not answer, and he does not circle back to ensure that she gives a proper response. It's mind-boggling. Bless his soul for being patient enough to put up with all of these shenanigans, but you know what? He is a CBI agent. He's law enforcement. And she was dating a man who murdered his pregnant wife and 2 adorable children. He has the upper hand. And although I understand he may have wanted to be sensitive in the way he was speaking to her so she wouldn't clam up or lawyer up or do any of those things that would be undesirable for the investigation, his inability to challenge her or remember his question and see it through to ensure that she gives an actual answer, that was just really disappointing, confusing. I don't even know. It was a lot of things, but it just wasn't good interviewing. In conclusion of what we learned from listening to that interview clip, number 1, NK is not concerned with the murders, even when explicitly reminded they occurred. Number 2, NK makes a dramatic point about the timeline of her relationship with CW and concludes herself that if we're talking about more recent stuff, I can give you more detail. But then she doesn't. She doesn't ever do that. Think about when she was asked about the party that Chris took the girls to on the Sunday before the murders. She remembers things like he told her they had a water balloon fight and a whole other assortment of details. But she can't remember something like number 3, anything that she talked about when she and Chris Watts held a 111-minute conversation the night before his wife and 2 daughters went missing, and he is quickly then accused of murdering them or gives a partial confession. Let's not get into that. Number 4, what we learned from that interview excerpt. We hear a typical response style when NK is asked a question she doesn't want to answer. We hear her time and time again attempt to pull the interviewer as far off track as possible. And time again means throughout this interview and others. Sadly, this particular interview, Kevin Kobach, does not return to the original question, and he doesn't really do a good job at finding real answers. So, this very short excerpt of the interview from NK is very telling for a number of reasons. Let's move on. In order to take a look at and try to gain some insight into NK's next few lies that I will feature in this video, I will be referring to the Colorado Bureau of Investigation report from when Tammy Lee Graham Coder and... Yep, we know about all that. So, let me just shut this stuff down here. Oh my goodness. Seriously though, let's see here. Audio, original background. Hi. Okay. So, I look like I'm really blurry. What the heck? Okay. Hi, guys. So, I was thinking about what I thought about this case. And I hate calling it a case, but I can't think of really any other name. So we're going with case. What I thought about this case when I first started this channel and before I started this channel. And when I started this channel, which was back in May, not even a year ago, it seems like, and maybe it was just the people I was attracting or attracted to, because you're attracted to like-minded thinking. It seemed like most people, in my opinion, were of the thinking that the person that we really need to pursue in order to have complete justice served for the victims is Nicole Kessinger. So what do you guys think about that? Let's see. Oh, let me see. Augustina, hi, welcome. Nice to have you here. Oh, thank you, Joan. Oh, hi, Utter Nutter. I think I already said hello. I'll say, Matt Willis. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you here. I've seen you other places, but not here. So thank you for being here. It's wonderful to have you here. Hi, Katerina. How are you? Nice to see you. Hi, Salon Savvy 64. Nice to see you as well. Let's see, Molson Man. That's just, you have like a theme song in my head, and it's like Molson Man. There's a song. I'll sing it to you someday. Not today. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Nice to see you. Let's see. I always like to see what Debbie says. Watts said that he bathed the children Sunday night, but then tells NK the sheets smell. Ah, yeah. I don't think that you don't think, oh, okay. So, she makes a really big point about telling Kobach that Chris Watts told her that the sheets smell and he had to wash them. So you don't even think that he said that to her? So if you don't think that he said that to her, why would she have made that story up? This woman is very confusing, as we know. Hi, Mama Jane D. How are you doing? Hi, Wendy. How are you? Hello, Crime Curious. Let's see. Crime Curious says she couldn't even admit how much the attraction was mutual. Right. Like she wasn't even that into him, but she was losing her shit and showing up at the house. I know. Now, I want to look at some timelines regarding NK and Watt's relationship. And you point out a really interesting part of the proposed timeline and, what we actually know happened. Let's get back to that in a minute. Hi, Cecile. How are you? I know I said hello, but Kelly searches equal answers. So she says she only remembers what Chris and the kids did at the birthday party. What? How so? You know what some guy and his kids did, but you don't know what you did yourself? I know. That's pretty crazy, too. I know. And then her dad really feeds her that answer. Oh, we were at the museum, right? I don't know. Yeah, I saw that. So is this our grand closing, guys? Is that what's up? Thank you for being here. Big blowout. Bye-bye bash, I guess. Oh, the trolls. I love them. New rules, laws. I mean, this channel will be a distant memory. I've made myself familiar with the new rules and laws, and I believe that we have been abiding by them, and I will continue to abide by them. I have no problem with rules and laws. I follow them in general as a way of life. All good. Some traffic infractions. Kitty Witty, hi. Let's change the subject and talk about something else to appease Kimberly. Oh, you guys are great. I didn't even see that all that was going on. I was trying to look into something there. All right, there we are. Cool. All right. Let's see. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Tracy Wheeler, how are you? Nice to see ya. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, guys, if anybody was planning on tuning in at 7 o'clock this evening to check out Lana from Truth and Transparency on this channel, we had to reschedule that till tomorrow night. Apparently, she had, some gas pipes, a winter thing, gas pipes frozen, cold, no heat. So she says she's really sorry about that. I think that this is really what happened, and we're going to schedule just for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. So, all right. If I miss anyone, I'm very sorry. Please say hello, and I will say hello back. Let's see. Yeah. So Molson Man points out that there's no actual footage or anything of the museum, the McDonald's, the Starbucks, the Denver airport, among other things, which is, pretty wild. I don't know tell me if anybody knows better about this. I remember reading a couple of times that on from the route you would take from the Watts house to Survey 319, there was something like 60 plus traffic cameras that on any other day would probably or might be working. But apparently on that morning, none of them were working. I mean, that is a really, really hard to believe coincidence. You know, there's no way. So Joan says, the more I've been thinking, I go back and forth. Maybe CW is more involved than we sometimes want to believe. So I don't know. Well, does anyone want to come up on panel and chat with me? Sometimes it's kind of nice when there's someone else up here. Kelly, Molson Man, anyone? I invited Kelly up the other day because she has a channel, and I wanted to, you know, just talk to her about what she thinks and maybe help her get it out. Or Joan, his member. Oh God. Molson Man says the Colorado DOT has been asked and yet hasn't provided anything. That's wild. Now, some of these things that we're talking about this evening, I think will make for good questions to ask Lana tomorrow, since she is, as I call her, the queen of discovery. You know, she is very knowledgeable. You know, whether or not you agree with her philosophy on things or her theory. You have David Carter here. I will soon. You have David Carter here. David, okay, so what does this mean, Cal? Do you have David Carter with you? Like you're I can't think of the word. Like in your possession. I saw you talking about that just on YouTube the other day. I was like, what? Hi, Gwendolyn Karen, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh my goodness. So you will soon. All right, that's all good. You want to come up, Molson Man? You were a hit last time. Let's see. Okay, no pressure. Let me just get something ready for you guys here. Okay. All right. Okay. Title in here. So, just one moment. All right. Get back there. Let's see. Molson Man, is DCT in chat? Oh, is DC in chat? Oh, David Carter in chat. Okay. Oh, wait, let's see. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Let's see. Oh, gosh, my computer's being super touchy. All right. Oh, yeah, you're going to send him the link. You're like, no, I don't have him in my possession. Yes, of course, of course. Yeah, I'll send you the link here. Okay. Are you going to be coming up too? Whatever you guys want to do. I am flexible, happy to go with the flow. All right. There you go. Joan, I think it's, yeah, let's put her site up. I think it's just her name. Kelly searches equals answers, right? Yeah. Hi, Aussie True Crime. How are you? Nice to see you. Very nice to see you. There we go. What were you wait, so Molson Man says you'd love to, but you believe that some of my subs did not enjoy you being up here. No, well, you were very passionate. You were, it was very cute. I was talking with somebody afterwards. And we're like, if it's his first time on the panel, because we were talking, and he'd be like, someone say hi to him, and he'd be like, yeah, shout out to you over there and you over there. It was really cute. We liked it. It was great. So if you want to come up, you're welcome to, Molson Man. Of course you are. Hey, man, I started this crap. I take the heat for it. I make the decisions. Those are my new rules. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Cecile. That was really nice. They're cheering you on, Molson Man. You better get up here. Link is there. And if Kelly or Dave Carter, anybody else would like to come up, the more the merrier. Night. So while I'm waiting to see if anybody, so the link is up there. Okay. You got that, Cal? You got that, Molson Man? And Kelly, you can share it or whatever you'd like to do. Let me know if you have any problems. So I don't think I see anyone coming up backstage yet. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I don't think I do. So, Lana from Truth and Transparency, oh, thank you, is going to be on tomorrow night since we had to reschedule it from tonight due to the winter event. And, I think she's very interesting. She knows discovery backwards and forwards. When I have, watched her, tuned into her over the past however long it's been, since she's had her channel before, she's very insightful. She knows her stuff. I don't always agree with the conclusions that she comes to, and I'll tell you why. I hope I can get back to that point. And sometimes I do. But, okay, so I'm just going to be blunt. People have issues with her for a number of reasons. I believe that the big issue that people have is from the videos that she put out a long time ago that were satirific, to say the least. And I'm aware of that. I did not like them at all. And I'm also aware that she's apologized. And I am aware that she apologized and she has stayed true to that apology. And she has been, everything that she says she is and nothing that she doesn't, and that she's been true. So, even if she did something, really bad and she didn't make good for it, I feel like this, guys. If I want to have her on my channel, I trust myself to have a controversial guest on my channel and to be able, as the person who's hosting them or interviewing them, along with you guys, to work through the issues and eventually arrive at a more informed conclusion of my own, or allow you to arrive at a more informed conclusion of your own. So there's no harm in having a guest that people find controversial on this channel. I mean, even more controversial than Lana. If the goal is complete justice for the sake of the victims, and it is, and that's right. And that is the group effort. That is the goal of this channel. That is what this channel stands for. Other channels don't have to. This is what this channel stands for. So my belief as a person who created this channel and, established the mission for this channel is the more knowledge we have, the more well-versed we are, the more awareness we cultivate, the closer we're going to get to reaching that goal. And, however I choose to do it is however I choose to do it. And hey, I may mess up along the way. So what? I'm a human. So I'll say, okay, I messed up. Sorry. Let's move on. If, that upset anyone, let's figure that out. But I just want to say we can handle Lana on this channel. I think it's going to be a good interview. And if those of you who are listening are not pleased with my decision to have her on here, that's okay. I would ask that you, give her a chance, give me a chance to see that, it's not like Lana's going to say something that is, outside of the way I typically think. And all of a sudden I'm going to swing like a pendulum in that direction without any kind of control, because that's not how I am. And that's not how this channel is. And I think that I've proven that to you since this channel started in May. So cut me a little slack. Please stop being so harsh. Take a deep breath and just go with the flow. Okay, people? Thanks. So, all right. Yes, we can help each other out. That's what I always believe. YouTube is a great big place, right? The internet is a great big place. It's not like there is a finite number of viewers or consumers for a specific and elite number of channels, right? There is enough to go around. And, the more I have, the more Kelly searches equals answers has, the more Lana truth and transparency have, the more we might turn people on to the other channel. And then in turn, those people become more informed and have a more rounded and global perspective. And hey, man, that ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, David Carter, what's up? How you doing, friend? Do you want to come up, David? Let's see. Disrespect. Yes, that's right. Mama Jane D says disrespect in any fashion will not be tolerated. And, that bar certainly raises when we have guests of any sort on this channel on panel, whether it's a pop-in or a scheduled guest. That's all that it must be that way. Must be that way. So let's see. Molson Man says, I never cared for Lana before, but I now have respect for her. I appreciate her passion and dedication to the case. Yeah. And I do too. And I'll be honest, I'm not even going to tell them. Maybe I'll tell tomorrow. I don't want to tell the story when I'm having her as a guest tomorrow without her knowing. So yeah. Okay. Oh, David. Well, if you're out with your family, I want to interrupt you. If you want to come up, that would be great. Here, I'm going to send you a link again. I was actually on, oh goodness, you were on, what is it? Outback and Preach Queen. About, I don't know, like a week ago, I was on there too. Bubbles came up and it was a little bit crazy. High emotion at the time. So here you go, sweetie. Nice. Kelly, are you going to come up? Happy Valentine's Day, Wendy, and everyone. Oh, good. Salon Savvy 64 says, I like the kindness here. I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah. We were saying the other day when we were in a live stream that, our too stressful for it. Aw. The chats usually really say very friendly, and there was a couple exceptions and I could name them. I knew exactly when it was. And yeah. Oh, did we just somebody? Oh, hey, Jenny from the block. How are you? Hi, Laura, Nicole. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. That's like such a huge, immense compliment, and utter thank you, Outback. Yeah. Yeah, Bubbles was on Outback's channel. That's right. All right, guys. So here, let's give a really warm welcome to Mr. David Carter. How you doing, David?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. How's it going? You're out with your family?
Yeah, I'm going out for Valentine's Day with my family.
Oh, that's so nice. That sounds great.
Yeah, I got his YouTube channel, but I don't know if you already heard the phone calls that are released. But it's out there. So
yeah, someone actually someone sent me them, like the entirety of them. It was more than I had heard played before, but I didn't want to go ahead and play them without your permission.
yeah, that's fine. You can play them with my permission.
So now I have your
Kelly. Yeah, you have my permission. I'll send Kelly my YouTube channel link, and if you want to put it in your chat for people to see what else I got under, that'd be good too.
Yeah, definitely, totally. What's your YouTube channel?
David Carter. I don't know.
David Carter. I don't know if one of the mods wants to see if you can find that. I was gonna, yeah, I know. It's like whatever your name is. Awesome. Yeah, that would be great. Somebody,
If you don't hold on a second, I'll grab it for you.
awesome, perfect.
Yeah, I don't mind if you play them though. If you want to play them on your.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, I definitely will. I've had them for wow. I've had them for a long time. So I mean, hopefully this lets people know also like my level of integrity. I've had these tapes for months, and I haven't gotten a hold of him to ask permission. So I've just held on to them. They're in my someone sent them to me on YouTube Messenger, or not YouTube.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, and we lost them. Let's see. Well, if you can come back, David, you are welcome to. I'll put the link back up, and if not, it was nice to see you, and I hope that you have a really nice Valentine's celebration with your family. That's so nice. Let's see. Oops, I don't know if I had it for you. I think that's it. Aw, no problem. Yeah, so if you want to put oh, Joan, so do you have the link to David's channel? Could you put that back up? And then also Kelly searches equals answers. I can find her, I'm sure, because I follow her. Oh, let's see here. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's David. And let's give another warm welcome to Mr. David Carter. How's it going?
I think whenever I was trying to send you my link, we got disconnected or something.
Yes. Yep. That's right. Yes, we did. Let's see.
I think I sent the link in the private chat or something.
Okay, cool. Oh, yep. Cool. Very good. Let's see.
Yeah, if you want to get hold of Kelly or something, we can do it live tomorrow, and I can come back up tomorrow whenever it's daytime or something.
When do you want to do that?
Well, you can talk to Kelly and figure. I'm free whenever you want to, though. Tomorrow, next day, or a couple of days. No problem.
Awesome. Tomorrow night, I have someone booked for tomorrow night, but Wednesday night we could definitely do that. That would be great.
Yeah, we can do it. Before I go, because I think we're at the restaurant. I don't know. We might die in a car. I don't know what's going on. But I want to thank your chat for being so nice. I haven't been able to look at the messages or comments, but I will.
Yeah, everyone's being really nice and just welcoming you, David. It's a very friendly channel here, so you can always feel welcome. You don't have to worry about it. And my moms will kick people straight out if they're not nice, right, guys?
Yeah, we'll do something on Wednesday if you want. I think Kelly's one of my mods. If she's not, then I need to make her a mod.
Sounds good. Awesome. I'll get in touch with her.
Good night, and happy Valentine's Day to everybody in chat and you.
You too. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy time with your family. Happy Valentine's Day, family.
Well, I'm the only one that can hear you. I got headphones in, so.
Okay. Bye. Take care, hon.
All right, thank you.
All right. So, all right, let's get back. Okay, so here I've got David's channel. Alrighty. And yeah, I've had this. I don't want to. Well, no, I'm not going to say who. Somebody sent me it was really weird. It was a while ago because I stopped doing live streams for a few months with the whole stuff happened. But so it was a while ago. Somebody who just came into chat, and I'd since seen her on some other channels that aren't necessarily my favorite. I wasn't even sure what was going on. She sent me what she says is the entire conversation that David had when he called. I think he spoke with Tammy Lee and a number of other people. It was really hard for him to get through to law enforcement. So I listened to them, and it was a lot more conversation than I had heard. So I was like, wait a minute, is this for real? Like, why didn't somebody else play this in its entirety yet? So then I went back through and I listened again, and I popped in my video editor. Not that I know like all that much about, authenticating, there we go, audio, but from as far as I could tell, and I have a friend here that's a computer guy. I babysit for him, and he takes care of my son's Xbox and my computer needs, and I tutor his kids. we have a nice little trade. He's like, yeah, that's all like consistent audio. So pretty interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to play. I guess we can play it Wednesday night if it's okay with him. But I definitely wanted his permission first because, you know. Oh, awesome. Great. Awesome, Joan. Joan posted a link. David Carter. Nice. So there's David Carter's channel. And then I want to make sure we got Kelly searches equals answers. Kelly searches equals answers. Here we go. It's a mouthful for me. When Kelly searches equals answers, first kind of popped out on the, well, I don't know. I don't want to say when you first popped on the scene. I don't know when that was, but I guess when I first started to notice you, because people were, well, I noticed you in chat, but then people were asking if I was your channel too. And I was like, oh no. One is blended. Let's see. Kel, do you have your link to your channel? Or let me see if I can find it for you. Good job. He wants the word out, nothing else. That's awesome. Yeah. And what does he want the word out about? What Chris Watts told him in prison, or the way that he's been treated? Or, I mean, it seems like there's, I've really felt bad for him, because it seemed like, I think a lot of people get when they come to YouTube, I feel like he was delivered a lot more than he bargained for sure. My impression was that he was just trying to do the right thing. I think he believed that. I really do. I don't know. Yeah, that's right. That's all we want is the truth. That's right. That's right. So, well, this is perfect because, the reason I played some of that video of mine in the beginning of this live stream was because I want to bring it back to like some kind of a focus. There are people who have, since, the beginning of, looking into this case, have had ideas that, there were more people or entities involved than just perhaps NK in addition to Watts. And like, I definitely respect those people. Like my friend True Tam, she and I do not share same like beliefs at all. In this case, we really don't. But like I said before, we really respect each other. I respect her opinion. She's held by the same assertions and beliefs since she started talking about this, and she really believes it. We're both advocating for justice in this case. I think something totally different. She goes a lot, kind of, I guess we'll say, farther with it than I do. But, she's a really good person. She's respectful. We always have great conversations, even though we never agree. We don't argue. And it's good. And I learned something from her. And I think that this is a good model of, of all of us exposing and informing ourselves of different opinions. So the reason I played that video in the beginning of this live stream was I wanted to bring it back to, okay, what really happened here? The misfortune of some of the things that happened recently with all of the bullying and the channel infighting and the possibility of certain channels, manufacturing storylines for views or whatever. And this is my opinion. It's my opinion. I can say it's my opinion. It's my knowing that some channels have done this because of what I know and what I've discussed with people. But, one of the terrible things about that, other than the meanness and the pettiness in itself, is that it really pulls everyone or almost everyone away from the real goals for a while. And it's really easy to lose sight. When I'm like, you had all that stuff going on in the past month and a half, and I was being, attacked by certain channels every morning. I'd wake up and I would like dread what I was going to turn on or what I was going to find out through a text because someone told me what happened. It was really hard for me to focus on getting out content, on doing what I had been doing and enjoyed doing. In fact, there was very little of it during that time. So for those of you who have detoured all of us from the good path, sayonara. And I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Yeah. Coffee any time of day. So, aw. Matt Willis says, Joan, you're a great mod. Matt's a great mod too. Let's see. Oops. Hold it. What am I doing here? I was playing around with. Oh, if I just wait, hold it. Did I just? Oh, shoot. Oh, is Matt Willis there? I was just playing around. No, that's Jenny from the block now. Uh-oh. Okay, I don't know what happened. Let's see what Jenny from the block said. What are we really learning if we only talk to people who only agree with us? Right. People can put things in your some best information. Yeah, exactly. You want to have all kinds of a different opinion. Yeah. Even when trying to think of how to say this. Something that I've noticed when I'm listening to a person explaining their perspective or their theory that I don't agree with, I'll listen to what they're saying, and I really do generally respect what they're saying. And, I'll just be listening and I'll think to myself, well, I can see where they made that conclusion. I can see the logical line, so to speak, that they drew to make those connections to arrive at that endpoint. However, the way this person is presenting their theories often makes it sound like it's the only path to one endpoint, right? Because there's sort of, if you have a theory and you're really connected to it and, you've been working on it a lot, thinking about it, doing research on it, you feel you're emotional about it and you defend it like a thesis when you present it to the world. So a lot of times people will present one path, one end, as though that's it. That's all. That's a jam, nothing else. So what I will usually think is, okay, well, that is one possible route. That is one possible end, but there's also that could be a different path and a different end that would also could make sense logically, given what we know, the facts, the evidence, and everything that has been presented to us and not presented to us. So, oh no, bullying is not on the menu here. Oh hell no, bully, no. we did the bully send off Friday night later. And the NK welcome home party. Welcome home, NK. Oh, our resident mistress. I'm so happy she's back. Oh, thank you, Joan. Thank you, Joan. Oh, okay. Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa Orr. How are you? I always like it when Vanessa pops in. And Vanessa's always coming in with word of wisdom. Oh, Cassie. Hi there. I was trying to say hello to you earlier. Then I think I lost your message. I'm sorry. So, oops. I meant to also, where'd Vanessa's comment go? Oh no, did I lose it? Oh, here it is. Uh-oh. She says, never believe a convicted felon where they get recognition in a high profile case. The end. I hear you. Yeah. Touche. Vanessa, for those of you that don't know, recently retired from, I believe, 21 years in law enforcement. So she definitely really knows what she's talking about. And then, when Anaphylaxis was in chat the other day, she's one of AD's moderators, and she mentioned, in some context, that she recently had retired from 21 years in law enforcement. And I said, oh, do you also go by another name? Nope. So you guys have that in common. Jenny from the block. The real truth is always somewhere in the middle. That's right. We can learn something from each other's versions. Absolutely. Yeah. 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 Let's see, is it Katrina or Katerina? When I see Katerina, yeah. When I see your name like in comments, I always say Katerina. Is that correct? So she says the bad channels attack each other. We all know them. Yeah, we all totally know who they are. So, yeah. Utter Nutter says, I need hard proof, not a theory. Absolutely. Right. Okay. So now, along with, to complement the video that I played in the beginning, that video is the NK reference guide that I put out, I don't know, a while ago. Let's see, I'll put it in chat if you want to check it out. It is an hour and 10 minutes long. And there's part 1 and part 2. And the part 1 is the 3 big lies that the mistress tells law enforcement in the first 10 minutes of her second CBI interview. I'd love to hear what you think about that, Vanessa. And then, there's the biggest lie. And then, it is my opinion, and this is what I'd like to ask you about, Vanessa. And it's also when I presented it to my friend who's a criminal defense attorney, he bought my theory, said that it would have a chance in court, that based on those 10 lies, probably 3 lies in the first 10 minutes of the second CBI interview, Nicole Kessinger should have faced some kind of charges. And if she was not Nicole Kessinger and there were not some kind of a deal or arrangement or something in place, just your average person would have faced some kind of charges relative to what she did in this case, which would be deleting the text, destroying evidence, obstructing justice, lying to law enforcement, all of these. There's a number of charges that would be available to the district attorney should he choose. That's his job to select the charges, right? But there are charges that definitely match what she did, categorizing her behavior and her words as criminal. Oh, I like this. So Wendy Swain says to Jenny from the block, she says her comment was brilliant for herself, for Wendy. I try not to get too comfortable in what I call cocoons of like-mindedness. That's right. It's like what that like echo chamber. We saw the ramifications of that in our most recent political elections. I mean, I'm sure we've been seeing the effects of that for a long time, but they were very pronounced in the last couple of presidential and other elections, right? The echo chamber, the cocoon of like-mindedness. I like that a lot too. Interesting. So, okay. Yeah, I would like to know Vanessa's points on the case too. So Vanessa says some facts will never be released to us. So yeah, I'm sure of it. One of the most interesting thing that I've learned that was, I don't know how to call it, like, I guess like insider information insofar as this wasn't released to the public. I think that you could read between the lines with some of the statements that came out from the district attorney or people speaking on his behalf. But when my friend, who's a criminal prosecutor, and he also does pro bono work, somebody was asking me about that too from the last live stream. I didn't get to answer the questions. Why would Chris Watts been eligible eligible for pro bono work. And there would be a number of possible reasons, but I don't know if he would be. I guess that would be up to each individual pro bono rated attorney. If they were looking into the, if they want to take up a case, that's up to them. But there's a number of reasons why somebody would represent him at this point. Although the 35C has, that didn't work out. There's always some kind of post-conviction relief avenue that you can go down. You just got to find it and you got to want it. Okay, so what my friend Alex did find out was that he talked to some of the people that investigated the case, or that worked with the people investigating the case. I don't want to make a direct connection to whom and where, because that got me in trouble before. But it was made known that Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts communications were in fact recovered. So like all of them or almost all of them. So I said this, I think, in the last live stream, and somebody said to me kind of like, well, duh, Chris Watts didn't delete, the information on his phone or the messages on his phone. And right. Yeah. So it's kind of like, duh, like that's not even news. We should have been able to figure that out. But the next question for me, at least, would be then, okay, if they did recover, let's say they recovered everything, the whole lot of them. They recovered all of the communications, all the text messages, all the phone calls, all of the salacious pictures, all thousands of them or whatever. That's a lot. But we only see what we see in the released discovery. So if law enforcement recovered everything, but we only got this in discovery, one might assume, but it could be wrong because we know about assuming, that what was put in discovery was done so intentionally and it wasn't arbitrary. So is there significance in that? Does that make sense? Certain things were intentionally excluded and certain things were intentionally included. So, kind of looking at that bigger global picture and, looking at all of the possible facts and communications that could be included, only a very small number are. They must be significant. What is their significance? Oh, okay. So let's see. Okay, so Kathy. Okay, cool. So Vanessa says, personally, I think all three were sketchy individuals before they did the awful. So I'm wondering who you're talking about here. Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to talk about their channels. That's so super boring. So you're saying all three were sketchy individuals beforehand. Just trying to figure out who you're referring to. No, I'm going to get back to the current chat. Okay. Excuse my sniffling. I've just had, ever since I had COVID, I've had this like hard to breathe. I don't know. It feels like I'm breathing through two straws in my nostril. It's a bad visual. It's hard to breathe. Oh, okay. William Strong belief. Hi, Anaphylaxis. How are you? I just invoked you, I think, Anaphylaxis. Did you know I was just talking about you? When you were in chat the other night and you said you had retired from law enforcement, I said, oh, do you go by another name? And you said, no, that person is in here now as well. And I was just pointing out that connection. So welcome, Anaphylaxis. I'm so glad you're here. Vanessa Willie. Okay. Okay. So Vanessa says she has strong beliefs. She has to watch her mouth. You can say whatever you want here as long as you're not being nasty to somebody here. So Mama Jane D is pleading, will you? I feel like I'm reading a storybook. All right. Right. Okay. Trying to catch up there. Oh, that would be great. Yeah, Vanessa. And oh, does someone want to come up on panel? I would love that. Let me get with hi Sue Ellen, how you doing? Aw. See how far am I back there? Oh, do I have the phone calls, the David Carter phone calls? Oh my gosh. I do have them. I've saved them, of course. I was thinking I was going to play them on Wednesday when he comes back with Kelly searches equals answers. What were you thinking, Kel? Yeah, so Laura Nicole says there's a reason that law enforcement will not return Chris Watts' phone back to Ronnie. I'd be interested in what our law enforcement people think about that. When I was discussing that particular point with my friend who's the criminal defense attorney, he felt that indicated that there was something still going on, that there was still some kind of an investigation, or that he felt that if there was not something still being pursued or some kind of investigation, all personal property would have had to, by law, been returned to the family. So those of you in law enforcement, do you have any opinion on that? But, that could be like a state-by-state thing. I'm not sure. Yeah. Why Googling in 2017? That was always a big one. Charles Manson never found post reason, and he never physically killed anyone. Oh yeah, CW will never get out. Definitely not. What? Oh no, Jenny from the block. I don't think you were supposed to. Did someone block her? I don't think anyone meant to block Jenny from the block. What's going on? Jenny from the block, if you are still here, you're all good. I don't think anyone meant to block you. Did something happen, guys? She says, the first time I've ever been blocked. Wow, no worries. Your call. Just don't think I've ever said anything derogatory. No, I don't think she has either. So if somebody, if there's something going on, text me. Oh, my phone's not charged. But I can't imagine that from her. Okay. Okay. So Joan, do you think you may have timed out Jenny too, or somebody may have timed out Jenny as well? Sorry, guys. We'll get back to this issue. I just want to... He said it was fine to play him. Okay, just a second. So, guys, Jenny from the block, just somebody figure out if she was like blocked or timed out or anything, because she's very sweet. Usually. You see Jenny? Okay. So Jenny, you should be okay. Let me just check. I know. If you hold it. Let's see. No, you should be. Let's see. What does it mean when I star someone? I don't even know. Moderators from any channel. If I were to hit like the star next to somebody in chat, what does that mean? Oh, I don't know. All right. Well, Jenny, I hope that everything's okay because I want you here. We all want you here. You're pretty awesome. So I'm sure that was a mistake. I don't know. I'll try to kick her a message or an accident. Yeah. You're not blocked. It's really, I've been blocked in chats before where I know, and it's not like anybody channel, the people even know me, where I haven't even said anything and I go to say something. It's really hard. It's really hard to moderate at times. All right. Let me see if I can find those tapes real quick. Just got to get into I want to make sure just got to get into a different account here. So go ahead and chat away, my friends, for a moment. You know what? Hold it. Let me play you something while I'm doing this. Yeah. Stop it. Got Bunny scratching around again. So funny. So I hope I can't see you guys right now. I'm looking for something. I hope everyone's having a nice Valentine's Day. I was thinking about my inner Nicole Kessinger earlier. I remember one time we were talking about when she went to, I guess her and Chris Watts got in a little argument. Was it on July 4th? And then, yeah, she ended up showing up at his house, and then, or maybe it was the 14th. I don't know which one it was. And, he was trying to make good with her, and she kind of stomped out the door and went and sat in her car. And rather than just being in the house and talking with him like an adult, and what she came there to do was to talk in person, she went out to her car and she was playing these silly little games, and she was texting him and calling him and pouting him and blah, blah. And I shared one time, I can remember doing that with like my first like real boyfriend when I was like 15, 16 years old. And, we were just discussing that that's the behavior that is a product of an immature, not yet fully developed mind. Like, I think at 15 or 16, it makes sense. I wanted to, you push the boundaries of relationships. You see what you do to get what you want. But if you do this, you might get something you didn't expect that you don't want. You just figure all that stuff out, right? Nicole Kessinger was too old to be doing that. But I also was thinking today, because it's Valentine's Day, I didn't realize it till the evening. Those same like early relationships when I was a teenager, I remember Valentine's Day was such a big deal to me. And if, my boyfriend didn't have something spectacular planned on Valentine's Day, I was just like little pouty puss. And how silly I think that is now. I bet Nicole Kessinger is the same way. She and I, we're not that different after all. No, not at all. Okay. Lily. Oh, okay. Now I have to. Sorry, guys. I found this neat little extension where you can search certain videos for keywords. I don't know yet if it helps or hurts. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, really? What? Why can you not find that? Okay. Okay. What I'm looking up is where, okay, Nicole Kessinger actually comments on the 111-minute phone conversation in her interview. And it's, you get used to hearing her just talk about it when you listen to the interview, but to read it in writing through the transcript, to me, is like much different. Let's see. Conversation. Okay. So I don't know. Okay. So I was just, I'm not sure if I can find it. Let's see. Okay. Jenny's not. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. It got really back in. Okay. Could be Cecile. Seems. Vanessa, I'm sorry. That's really glad you found. Women who know something not right will Google anything to find out what they can to protect them. And I was one and he knew. Oh, wow. Oh. Right here. Let me see if Vanessa Orr says NK was a narcissistic busybody. She wants the details until it's too hot in the kitchen. Yeah, I know. She seemed like, having like a psychology background. I think about this, is she, because we say narcissistic all the time and I'm not picking on this. I think it's possible she's truly narcissistic, like would be, diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. I think regardless of if she would be diagnosed with that disorder or not, to me, like what I see is something kind of pathetically complex. Like there, I believe, in my opinion, would be some kind of a dual diagnosis. That's what we would need to encompass everything that is Mistress Kessinger, because she is a handful. Okay, let me see if let me grab this for you guys. Alrighty, so 119. Oh, 119. So that'd be 79 minutes. Okay.
Conversation did you guys have?
I don't even remember. Oh, so he's been trying to like eat a little healthy.
So this is a good part of it, talking about their phone conversations.
Brett, no, he texts you. He goes straight home from your house and he texts you that he's home. So that should be in your text.
It should be. I'm pretty positive that was not a phone call. I'm almost positive that was a text.
Saturday
sometimes
night.
I get them flip-flop, or I don't remember, but sometimes I know. I'm pretty sure that one was a text.
Saturday during your dinner.
Let's listen.
What conversation did you guys have?
So here she's talking about the conversation they had over dinner on Saturday. And then after they discuss what communication Kessinger and Watts had on Saturday, they'll go into Sunday and that which we were just talking about here. So let's take a really close listen.
I don't even remember. Oh, so he's been trying to like eat a little healthier than he normally does, and he's always like been in the working out since I knew him, and he like tries to eat clean.
Oh, she knew.
But he was trying to like step it up a little bit, and nothing like the people who do like the competitions and the shows that are all super restrictive. And it was nothing like that.
She's talking
like
about this
general maintenance, but it's how I eat, and it's pretty healthy. And he's been
how
losing
I
a lot
eat.
of weight. He lost, I want to say like 13 pounds in the time that we were hanging out. And honestly, when you start eating a little bit cleaner and you start working out a little bit harder, the first couple months, especially for a man, because they lose weight faster, it's not something that's like that drastic to me, but it did stand out that it was like a little much. And so I was like, whoa, like maybe you're not eating enough macronutrients. So let me look at them. So he had been working on his my fitness pal app. I'm like programming like all the stuff he eats. And I just started going through them, and I was like trying to figure out like where his ratios were. And we actually spent a lot of time doing that because he'd asked me to do it for him. Because I just was at the point where I was like, if his weight loss slows down in a few weeks, he'll be fine.
Oh my gosh.
And if it doesn't, then his macros are a little off. It's not like that big of a deal, like in the workout community. This is like a very normal thing. But
Do you have any other outside concerns, like potential drug use, alcohol use, any of that stuff that led you to go, he's lost extreme amount?
Could you imagine being the person that's interviewing her? It's like, you're trying to get to the bottom of something because, my God, there was just a triple homicide of a pregnant woman and 2 little baby girls. And, these people, they were the family members of your boyfriend, and looking like he, was responsible. So you're asking questions, and she just goes off on, in the workout world and the macronutrients, and, basically like all of a sudden being like, Kobach's personal trainer. I mean, it's just so insane to me. And then he's like, brings her back, well, do you have any other outside concerns? The patience of that man, I don't know. All right. Back at it. My girl, or your girl, our girl, NK.
Waiting such a short period of time.
No, and I wouldn't call it extreme. It was just like, it was a lot. But I mean, when I first started working out, I dropped like 12 pounds in 2 weeks when I first started like hitting it hard with the diet.
Hitting it hard with the diet.
He lost like that much weight. It wasn't, like I said, it was not a surprising amount. I just didn't want it to be like a sustained amount. But no, I didn't think anything weird of it, just because of like how interknitted I am with the like workout community, and I know like this is possible. But it just, the thing that concerned me about it, I guess, and it wasn't even concerned, but the thing that like kind of red lighted me, like, hey, this might be carrying on, is the fact that his macros were like pretty dialed in. Like I wrote them, and he like didn't stay exactly on them, but his calorie intake was about where it needed to be. My experience, anyways, for like what he was trying to achieve. And so I don't know. He didn't seem to have a problem with it. He liked where he was at with all of that.
So that was your main conversation Saturday?
That was like a big chunk while we were there, is like us actually going through, because I was like going through each item, like, why are your ratios off?
Do you know where his kids or wife were that night?
On Saturday?
Yeah, his kid. Well, his kids.
But more importantly, macronutrients.
She's in Arizona.
Okay. How do you know that?
Because he told me.
Okay. Do you know what she's doing there?
I think she's on a business trip. He didn't even tell me right away. He actually told me, I think, like on Saturday or something. It might have been like Friday or something. I honestly don't remember. I just remember I was like really surprised where he's like, hey, I'm trying to get a babysitter if you want to hang out or something like that. And I was like, why do you need a babysitter? Your wife's home. He's like, no, she's out of town. I was like, oh, okay.
Is there much conversation regarding that, her being on a trip, or the children during those conversations?
Not really. I just asked him what time
She's
she was coming home
awful.
on Sunday, and he just said really late.
Oh.
Okay.
And that was it. I mean,
Yeah, Wendy, I like your comment. Wendy says, I hate to use this word, is applied to NK, but man, where is it? She's masterful in the way she can lead the conversation. I mean, she really takes the horse by the reins, or is that the saying? She just takes control. He lets her though. And I always wonder, do you guys think this is he allowing her to walk all over him like a doormat because this is some kind of investigative technique, and he's, walking a thin line with her, and he wants to make her feel comfortable and maybe appeal to her ego? Or is he just being led by her? Or is he smitten with her? Ugh. Or, what's up with that? It's such a weird dynamic. Vanessa, Anna, do you guys have an opinion on that? think a lot of people want to know that. What do you guys think? Oh, the creepy giggle. Oh, she's pregnant. Yeah, I know. Vanessa says, and this was before, this wasn't in relative to what I just asked, but Vanessa says she's so full of crap but didn't commit the crime. That's why she's free. She may not have known if he had killed anyone. We may never know the details. I've gone back and forth forever. Well, since this, I learned about this crime, but I think, listen, I'm going to be honest. I want to believe that she's guilty, that she was involved, that she should be in prison. I want to believe that because she, on a visceral level, on a human level, just listening to her it makes you she's not likable, right? You almost want her to be convicted of something just because she's so freaking smug and self-righteous and bold and ignorant and unaware of the much bigger things that are going on right in front of her face. But Macca, she's pretty dialed in. I wrote it myself. Cassie says, in my opinion, where'd it go? NK is a know-it-all. Heck yeah. She knows everything about everything. Yes, she does. That in itself is infuriating. Yes. Exactly what I was saying. Just by virtue of that, put her behind bars. No, but I want her to be put behind bars. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hi, Paisley. How are you? Nice to see you. Good afternoon from Australia. Am I the only one who thinks NK had nothing to do with the murders? Well, Vanessa here, who is in law enforcement for 21 years, Paisley, just said that she thinks she's innocent as well. And I've been on the fence about that for a while, but like I just said, I want her to be guilty. Vanessa says she's doing what is called full tilt boogie with detective. Full tilt boogie. That's pretty cool. Hi, my ADHD life. How are you doing? Interesting. Let's see. All right, let me play this again.
There's nothing really to talk about with that.
So your conversation's mainly health related. You guys return to your house and then he goes home, and then you talk to him for a few hours on Sunday.
Here we are.
Asking me or you telling me?
Wait. Hold it. So here we are at the 111-minute conversation on Sunday. So this comes up with, and you talk, Kobach says you talk to him for a couple hours or whatever on Sunday. And she says, are you asking me or are you telling me? Really? That's how you talk to him? I can't imagine. All right, here, let's go. We have to hear it all.
Surprise where he's like, hey, like, I'm going to try to get a babysitter if you want to hang out or something like that. And I was like, why do you need a babysitter? Like, your wife's home. He's like, no, she's out of town. I was like, oh, okay.
Is there much conversation regarding that, her being on a trip, or the children during those conversations?
Not really. I just asked him what time she was coming home on Sunday, and he just said really late.
Okay.
And that was it. I mean, there's nothing really to talk about with that.
So your conversation's mainly health related. You guys return to your house and then he goes home, and then you talk to him for a few hours on Sunday.
Did I? Are you asking me or are you telling me?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I was like, I don't even know. Someday, honestly, so wait a minute. That was Saturday. We're talking about Saturday. We're not talking about Sunday right now.
Okay, so you're still on Saturday.
Yes.
So listen to how just when he approaches the topic of, that big conversation on Sunday night, she right from go, she's obfuscating and she's doing the full tilt boogie. Wait, hold on. I just looked that up. I'm going to put it up on the screen. I like that a lot. It's from the moment it comes up throughout the entire, duration of the topic, the conversation being focused on that topic, on the phone conversation, she is just all a flutter, a mess. I don't know. Here.
You guys have a phone conversation when he gets home?
That was the day that he got the babysitter and I went out to dinner, not Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I just want to make sure
It's
you
okay.
got your dates right. So Saturday, yes, we went out, he had the
He's
babysitter, he
good.
went home. I'm sure we did. We always talk on the phone. And honestly, I mean, Mark asked me that the other day. He's like, how long are you on the phone? 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Like, you're going to have to look at the records, to be honest with you. Like, so much.
You like to talk, I can tell a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
400 when she was young. She'd crank out about 400 words a minute, gusts up to 600. That little thing can yak, man.
You're a talker, so I'm letting you talk.
I need to use the restroom if I
Let
can.
me show you where it's at.
Can you
So
give me some water while you're out there with
Sure.
him, please? Thank you.
Another bottle.
let's
Yeah, at least one.
let's move to
Sunday.
Sunday. Well, let me reverse something. Your conversation with the children, or about the children, was there ever any talk about medical concerns with either of the children?
Well, I know Cece is allergic to not peanuts, like pine nuts. Pine nuts.
So she has a nut allergy.
Yes.
Did they take meds?
Yeah, I know that she had like an EpiPen, but as far as I know, she didn't have any meds, but I never asked. Like, I was just told, like, she has a pretty severe allergy. And
Enough to carry an EpiPen, that's pretty severe.
yeah, while we're on this, so when he was in North Carolina, this is all like hearsay now because it's like
Wait a minute, hold it. How did the conversation go from from the Sunday night 111-minute conversation to Cece and Trina's? I got to go back and hear. How did that happen? I got to hear. Sorry.
records, to be honest with you. Like, so much.
You like to talk, I can tell a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
400 when she was young. She'd crank out about 400 words a minute, gusts up to 600. That little thing can yak, man.
You're a talker, so I'm letting you talk.
I need to use the restroom if I
Let
can.
me show you where it's at.
Can you
So
give me some water while you're out there with
Sure.
him, please? Thank you.
Another bottle.
let's
Yeah, at least one.
let's move to
Sunday.
Sunday. Well, let me reverse something. Your conversation with the children, or about the children, was there ever any talk about medical concerns with either of the children?
Well, I know Cece is allergic to not peanuts, like pine nuts. Pine nuts.
So she has a nut allergy.
Yes.
Did they take meds?
Yeah, I know that she had like an EpiPen, but as far as I know, she didn't have any meds, but I never asked. Like, I was just told, like, she has a pretty severe allergy. And
Enough to carry an EpiPen, that's pretty severe.
yeah, while we're on this, so when he was in North Carolina, this is all like hearsay now because it's like, this is not a conversation. Like,
It's
he's
not
telling
about
me this
me.
stuff, but who knows exactly what happened. But he went out there to go see his family and her family. And while he was in town, before he went out to North Carolina, I guess his mother had accidentally, like, not exposed her to something with nuts, but
Mhm.
had, like, given a product, I think it was like ice cream, to a different kid that could have traces of nuts or something. I don't know. But it was like, his daughter was fine, but she was, like, in the range of contamination. And I think his wife was very upset about that. And when he got to North Carolina, he told me that he was supposed to spend like half time with them, half the time with her family, and that was supposed to be what it was. I don't know. But he said that he went to go see his family and they weren't answering the phone for like a day or two before he went out there. And then when he got there, there was a note on the door that said, son, if you step by, we're at the beach. And they ignored him for like most of the time that he was out there. And
His own family?
his mom, his dad, his sister.
What's the significance? Do you know why?
Yeah, he said, and again, I don't know what is true with this man anymore and what's not, but he told me that, like, leading up to it, I was like, well, why are your folks, like, ignoring you? And I was, like, really concerned about this. Like, every single day he would talk to me when he was out there, and I was like, you talked to your family today? You talked to your family today? Did you talk to your dad? What happened? Did you talk to him? No, I didn't. Or, yeah, I talked to my mom. Well, what'd she say? Are you going to hang out with him? Like, I wanted him to see his people because it's important. Family is an important thing. You know, it just needs to function properly. And
Sure.
and so I was like, well, And he was like, well, they're ignoring me. And I was like, what do you think happened? And he was like, I'm not really sure, but I think something was said between my wife and them during that incident. And he's like, because every time yes, that happened before he got there, yes. And he's like, because every time that I try to, I talk about possibly going over there to see if they're home, she gets upset about it. And I was like, okay. And he told me that his mom and his wife did not get along at all. He said that his mom didn't even show up to his wedding because she's like really did not care for Shanann. So again, I don't know what's true and what's not, but I just know that there was like some tension there. And again, like that part is like, I feel like it's almost third party. So that's why it's like I didn't even.
Well, but it came from him to you, so it's not. It is something that whether it's important or not, we can validate that. I'm sure we will be having some conversations with family. What does it mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I just know.
So
like,
maybe I don't know.
Well, and then he ended up seeing them on the last like full day that he was there, and they subscribed to supposedly that she had gotten really upset and then screamed and yelled in front of Chris's sister's kids that are very young, and to his mom and to his dad, and said like, you're never going to see Chris again, you're never going to see me, you're never going to see the babies, and just like threatened them, and then like walked off. And I guess that was the incident that happened prior to him coming out there, and then she didn't tell him about it. She just like let it go, and then he just spent all week trying to figure out why his family was like not trying to be involved.
Gotcha.
So again, I'm not sure. That was like it just feels really third party, so it's hard for me to like talk about because
Sure.
like, I don't know
That's
how
okay.
much validation.
So
there is.
beyond the nut allergy for Cece, did you know of any other? Does she take meds that you know of other than carrying an EpiPen?
His kids or his wife?
No, his children.
No.
And now, well, if you know anything about his wife's medical conditions, if she had any.
No, I've like read in the newspaper they keep saying, oh, she had medical conditions, and I'm like, is that a misprint? Are they talking about Cece, or is that just something else I don't know? So
you don't know anything about Shanann having any kind of medical problems?
Nope.
Every Saturday. So there's a phone call Saturday night, actually, from, it can't be Saturday, it had to be Sunday. I wrote that down quickly. Sunday night. Is there anything else you think? Let me just back up from that Saturday where you guys had a meal at the Lazy Dog to prior for the 6 weeks that you guys were serious. And although your dad's here, and I think you're probably pretty comfortable, your relationship with Chris was, can you describe your relationship?
I mean, when he was with me, I considered it to be fairly healthy. It was open communication, and it was what I thought was honest, and it was very calm. It was respectful. We got along really well. He gave me my space when I needed it. I gave him his, and anytime like he wanted to take care of it, like anytime that his kids could be in like his life for hours or days or whatever, whenever they were home, I made sure that I wasn't a presence in his life so that he could be the best dad that he needed to be. And I mean, I thought what we had, it was very comfortable for me. I enjoyed it. I think he did very much as well.
You guys, 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever it was, you guys had an intimate relationship during that time?
Yes.
Okay. So you're pretty serious. Did he ever tell you that he loved you?
Yes, he did.
Did you ever tell him the same?
A couple times.
Notwithstanding that today, because those thoughts may have changed for you, but on, let's go Sunday into Monday or Monday, did you still love him on those days?
I think it was something where it was like I said it a few times and I meant it, but he definitely felt the urge to say it to me a lot more than I did to him because it was just all very new to me, and it was like, take your time with this. Like, you don't need to like rush that, you know? Like, I remember when he was in North Carolina and he was like trying to patch things up with his wife, and he told me he loved me, and I was like, don't say that to me. Like, please go try to fit. And I mean, and that might even be in the text too, where it's like, don't say those words to me and then go try to make peace with your wife and lay in bed with another woman. Like, just don't do that. And I was like, it's not that I don't appreciate what you're saying to me. It's like, it just didn't sit right for me, so I just feel like
Almost like an insecurity where you had to say that to you? Or?
I don't know. I think he like, looking back at all this now, I don't think he was trying to fix things with her. So saying I love you to me seemed like probably something that he genuinely meant. Like, I love this woman, and regardless of where he was going to end up that night. But to me, in the way that I was perceiving things, he had told me that he was trying to fix things with her. So it's just like, this is an inappropriate time. And I wasn't mad at him. And I'm pretty sure that's in the text too, where it was very like calm, but it's just like, it's almost disrespectful, where it's like, please don't. I'm like, if we get to that point where it is you and me, like, yes, you can say that, but don't, not then. Like, that's.
So you thought he was very genuine when he said that?
Yeah, I did. I mean, and he wrote it. It's in all those cards I gave you. Not in all of them, but like the later.
And
thank you.
When you said it to him, you said you meant it when you said it.
Yes, I just didn't say as frequently as he said it. Like, sometimes he would say it, and I was just like, for me, it was still like very, very new. So I kind of like took my time and only said it when I was just like, this is a really important moment.
So you got, in the short period of time that you guys were together, he
Yes
became very attached to you.
Yes, very, very
he's
attached.
Sending cards,
flowers.
He's telling you he loves you. He sends you flowers. Does he buy you any other gifts?
Well, I wouldn't have wanted them anyways. Flowers is enough. I don't need expensive stuff.
Okay. But he becomes very attached.
Yes.
You guys are talking multiple times a day, at least.
All the time.
You're seeing each other on a regular basis.
Yep.
So it's a very, and his wife is not around, nor are his children. So there's a lot of time for you guys to build your relationship in this first 4 weeks or so. Is that fair?
Yeah, and even when she was back, it was still like we were still spending time together. He was still spending time with his children, and I had my own life. Like, it was 1 week where I just like went out of town with my friends for my birthday. I wasn't even around the whole like last few days of June up until the 3rd of July. I was like gone, and then there was another, like last weekend, I had a friend impromptu come in town from out of state, and I hosted her for a few days, and it's like I still did my own thing all the time. Like, whether he was there or not, like, if my friends were like, hey, we want to make plans, I would tell him, like, we're not hanging out today because I want to go see my mom or my dad.
Did your friends know about it?
Nope.
Why?
Because it's like, he's with 2 women right now. They don't need to know about
So
that.
if you had a boyfriend of 4 to 8 weeks on a regular, I don't know if you were married prior or if you had a boyfriend before, but if you had a steady boyfriend, you would have let people know. I think you told me before we got started that you just told your dad about Chris.
I wouldn't have told them. I wouldn't have told people. It's too early. People.
So you don't tell your friends, hey,
no, because people come and go. Dating scene these days is like, it sucks. So no, I wouldn't. It would have to be something. Even with Sean, I think I was with Sean for probably like 6 or 7 months before I brought him home to my family. I really, the same with, that was the guy I was in a previous relationship with, but
this one you were a little bit more, you said he's with 2 women. Was that one of your considerations for not telling anybody about him?
Yes, well, it was like, okay, like this, to me, it wasn't going to be an extended thing. Like, if it got to the point where we were like dating for like 3 or 4 months and he's still talking about, oh, I'm going to move out and I'm going to sell the house, I think at that point I probably would have just been like, I don't think you're really like doing these things you say you're going to do. And I probably would have just like left, because at that point it's not fair. It wasn't fair to me in the first place. It wasn't fair to her in the first place. It wasn't fair to any of us in the first place. It wasn't fair to his family for him to.
Oh, whatever. That's so like, what? I don't know. Oh, I let that play a little longer than I was planning on. I raised rabbits, howling lops. We have a rabbit tree, central hop rabbit tree. They're little cutie pies. But one of my females got out, and I have this cute little male bunny who's like my pet and hangs out with me all the time, and don't want any more baby bunnies until like spring has sprung. So I had to go chase them around the house if you heard all that racket. Oh my gosh, geez. Oh, bunnies. You know what they say about bunnies? We all know what they say about bunnies. So I didn't even get to check chat or anything. Oh. So I always am like drawn to what you say, Vanessa, because I know that you had. Oh, you had a chicken emergency? I had a bunny emergency. What was your chicken emergency, Mama Jane D? Probably very different than my bunny emergency. Let's see. Oh, yes, young ones. Oh, you had an escapee. That's so weird, Mama Jane D. We just both had escapees. Oh my gosh, that's what just Mama Jane D. That's so crazy. We just both had escaping animals in our homes. Oh my God. Watt said the kids would freak out in that conversation about the cereal. Now, I would freak out if I was going, yeah, about Lucky Charms, right? Yeah. And then Cassie makes a good point. If they were getting divorced, then why would he be spending half time with her, half the time with her family? Oh, right. Yeah, in North Carolina. Totally. Yeah, things just don't line up, right? Yeah. Oh, Melanie, how are you? Let's see, Melanie. David Carter was just here on this live stream. Did you and I have a discussion about him one time? Joan and Debbie, you guys are so funny. Yeah, Utter Nutter says NK wanted to be portrayed as a good, caring woman, but couldn't pull it off. Yeah. Yeah, and then Lauren says she was texting him while he was in North Carolina after she said she wanted after she said she wanted him to work things out with Shanann. How is that giving him a space? Yeah, so that was just very confusing to everyone. I remember listening to the interview with Watts from Dodge, and he was talking about the trip and his relationship with Nicole Kessinger relative to that North Carolina trip. And he's like, yeah, she told me that she wanted whatever. I don't remember what his words were, basically to see how things could go with Shanann. But, then he got there and, that first night he didn't call her. They were just texting, and he said, I'm probably just going to have to text with you because, like she's around, meaning his wife. And she got mad about that. And she's like, what, is she there all the time? And, why can't you call me? And it's like, whoa. I haven't even been here for 24 hours yet. You told me to go work things out with my wife. Like, forget about me, but I'm still texting you here. But now that's not good enough. She just was really all over the place. That was an example of when her manipulation wasn't really working to her advantage. So she had to really quick on the fly switch up her game or go full tilt boogie. Just kidding. That wasn't the right application. Oh, good night, my ADHD life. I'm sorry I missed you mostly altogether. Let's definitely catch up tomorrow. She's always trying to control the conversation, Vanessa. Or yeah, definitely. Sounds. Yeah. So Lauren Nicole says, looking back, I still don't see how she showed up on the scene at Anadarko and saw Chris Watts out this quickly. Yeah, drink up some coffee. Let's see. Thank you, Utter. I'm just reading through the comments real quick. Oh. Yeah, so Debbie says she told Charlotte and Jim, and I forgot the other person's name. Yes. Interesting. Debbie, your comment just made me think about this. In a video I uploaded recently, there was a comment just the other day, and the person says, oh, time, she gives a timestamp, and she says, Brittany, in quotes. She said, I hadn't heard that before. And I think it's when Chris Watts was talking and saying that, she, NK, had told her friend Brittany about the two of them. Does anyone remember that or know of a Brittany, or do you think he was misspeaking? Oh, yeah, I'll definitely show you my bunnies sometime. I'll post a short of them after this. Oh my goodness. Good night, Cecile. Thank you so much, sweetie. You're wonderful. Thank you so very much. Cecile and ADHD Life are both moderators, and they're wonderful. Yeah. Okay. Melanie. Oh, maybe it was a different person I was talking to. Okay. Right. All right. So now let's switch over to, here's another, I'm not going to play as nearly as much this time. Another little bit about NK talking about that really long conversation. Oh, hold it. Let's see. So it'd be 140. Okay. Oh, this isn't what I was looking for, but here's a good little soundbite part. Hold it.
With other types of victims from other crimes, we want to do it once and we want to be done. Unfortunately, we didn't know yesterday what we know today, and that's why we're here, because we need this video. And I am sorry, because I know it's hard to talk about it.
But it's so sad, and she's pregnant.
There you go, Lauren, or whoever said that.
On our end, we
God,
didn't.
they're so cute. They're so little. Like, wow.
Why?
Ow! I don't even understand how you could like bring yourself to do that to somebody who's like that big. Oh, Jesus.
Take a minute. Do you want to step out for a minute?
No, I just need to chill with my eyes closed for a sec. I still cannot believe this is happening.
let's keep going because we're just
Let's-
getting to like the meat of this whole
Let's get
situation.
to the phone call on Saturday from 9 to 11. What did you guys, or pardon me, on Sunday from 9 to 11?
Yeah, we talked a few times. So Sunday, I think.
Okay, so here's the phone call again. They're going to talk about it, but I want to know, what do you guys think of that little transition she just made from "they're so little and she's pregnant" to like, "Okay, I'm good. I just got to chill for a minute with my eyes closed," and like moving on. What do you guys think about that? Those of you who has experience with, somebody transitioning from a sobbing weird cry to normal conversation that smoothly. To me, it sounds unnatural, but again, I am admittedly hoping that this chick has a reason to be put behind bars. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I do feel that way. I mean, if I'm being honest with myself, that's true, but I'm just kidding about that. What do you guys think about that? See. Oh, hi, Jamie Smith. How are ya? I've been through a cheating spouse, and I think oh God, oh, that is such a punch in the gut. Awful. Oh. Yeah. So Vanessa Orr says fake cry, and hey, Vanessa Orr's our girl because she is 21 years service to her community in law enforcement, and she knows. I mean, she has some experience in this, professional training experience, I think, in telling if people are lying or not. And then there's just those of us who use our intuition, common sense, and life experience, and we're like, that ain't real, man. So Utter Nutter also says fake. Debbie says it was quick. I know. I've said this before too, Joan. Joan says, this is bad. I feel like I hate her and I don't even know her, and that can't be good. I know. And that's like a weird feeling, right? And I've thought about this before because it bothers me because I feel that way for sure. And sometimes I think it's, like, oh, maybe we have this just like gut feeling that knows she was somehow more involved and justice hasn't been served. And then other times I think she's an archetype. She represents this person, this persona of NK. We all know this NK quality and these persons in our lives. And I think generally my feeling is we're not so fond of these persons. So I don't know. So Vanessa assures us, she says, trust me, the detectives are thinking, oh no, let her do her thing. Fake. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yes. Mama Jane D says, Kelly, yes. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, heck yeah, we're yes into everything. No, yeah. Fake. She's represents other people that we know. She's just not a likable person. Not a likable person. Aw, everyone's so nice. Utter Nutter says, thank you, Vanessa. Jamie says, I'm like everyone. I want truth and justice. Oops. And justice for innocent lives that was taken way too soon. Yeah, absolutely. Totally. That's right. And there's such a strong feeling among those of us who, are connected to this case and are kind of on that side of it, not like the, really crazy theory side of it. It's just such a strong feeling. You just look at the situation and what was taken and what is left and what the reasons could be. And, the climax, the culmination of everything was so not even there. Something just feels really incomplete and it makes things feel wrong somehow. So let's finish listening to, she's going to go into talking now about the 111 minute conversation. Yeah, everyone is awesome and smart in chat. I love our chats. Oh, here's a bot. Goodbye, bot. Why do we get bots? Let's get rid of the bot. Okay. The envelope, please. So funny. Oh man. All right, here we go.
I think so. I need to think. I can't even think.
Take a couple breaths and take a second.
Sunday night. I don't even know. I don't think I was like concerned about anything at that point.
You guys had had a meal.
Wait, I just have to point out, she says, Sunday night, I don't know. I don't think I was concerned about anything at that point. Listen, bitch, that's not what we're asking, okay? There are 3 murder victims, one of them pregnant, 2 of them little girls. We're asking what you talked about because we need information to solve and resolve this horrific tragedy. We don't really, this is like what I'm like imagining if I was an investigator, I'd be thinking, we don't really care what your concern was, or if you were concerned, or if your macros are in line, or whatever. It's just this, it's so insanely crazy, all about her all the time. All the time. All right, get your coffee. Let's go.
The night before, you knew his wife was probably coming home late that evening.
Oh, you know what? I still don't remember what we talked about. I honestly, we talked about so much random stuff. It's so hard to pinpoint some of these things. I don't remember what we talked about. I do remember that was a long phone conversation though. We probably talked about all sorts of stuff. One thing I do remember though, but I didn't remember earlier when I was talking to Mark. So this is where I'm starting to remember little bits and pieces. I don't remember. Yeah, I know. So the phone conversation, I don't remember what was in the phone conversation. Probably nothing of relevance, to be honest with you. But usually he talks to me when he's down in the basement in his bed before he goes to bed and before I go to bed. And I could hear the TV on, which I thought was kind of weird. I didn't ask him. I just heard it in the background. And I remember thinking, and it was right before we got off the phone, I was like, why the hell is he up? And there's no TV downstairs. So I was like, well, maybe, I don't know.
No TV in the basement where he usually calls you from.
Yeah, and I don't know how many TVs they have. I've never been in their bedroom. I went upstairs once and it was to their little playroom and I just looked at it and I was like, that's super cute that your girls have books. And that was it. And other than that, I have never been in any of those rooms in that upstairs. To me, it was just you don't know, ever. I had no, so I don't know if he has any other TVs. I'm assuming by how much other nice stuff they have in their house, it wouldn't surprise me. So I'm not quite sure what room he was in at that point. But I just remember hearing the TV and I was like, it was just weird to me because I was like, why are you watching TV right now? It is super late. And that was the only thing.
And he had phoned you? Or were you guys already talking when the TV was going? Or
I just remember I picked up on it later, but I don't think it was throughout the whole conversation. I just remember it being towards the end because I remember thinking wow, it's really late.
Something I didn't ask you about the house because you've been there twice, and it just made me remember. Do you remember how you guys accessed the house?
That's a good question. So once.
Good night, Mama Jane D. Thank you so much, honey. You're wonderful.
I think
She's
the
my
first
tough
time was
mod.
through the front door, and I think the second time was through the garage.
Is there anything unique about either of the doors when you went into the house that might not be typical of another house?
Like a unique door.
Not the
they have
door
a
itself.
camera on their door.
Okay, there's
I know
a
that.
camera on the which door?
It's on the front door, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I think so. I don't know.
Did he use a key to access the house?
No. He did not. The first time I went over there, he just let me in. And then the second time, did we go through the garage? I don't remember. I've been through his garage before. I went through his front door once, though, because I remember he had just cleaned. It was the first time I went through his front door, because he had just cleaned his carpets, and he had moved all the furniture out of the way, and the furniture was kind of in the way of the door. And he's like, the door doesn't open all the way right now. I'll move all the furniture back when the carpet dries. So I do remember that, just kind of offhandedly. And the second time, I want to say we went through his garage, because I remember his garage. I remember, yeah.
He was at the house when you went there. You know, there by yourself.
He was at,
Or he took you there.
The first time he was already there,
Okay.
and I met up with him, and the second time we went there together.
So the front door, I asked if he had used a key.
He let me in.
Okay. So there's a, those keypads where you can enter an access code. Do you remember seeing that on this door?
I want to say vaguely, but to be honest with you, I don't remember. Like, he let me in that day. That
So
was
he
so
never gave
long
you.
ago.
He never gave you the code to access his home.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
You talked about a security system. There was a camera on the front door. Was that just like what a Ring doorbell is that goes to your phone?
I don't even know what it looked like. I only know that it existed either because A, I wasn't paying attention the first time I was over there, but B, because of all the stuff that's going on right now. That's the only reason I know it's in
Do you remember
existence.
seeing any cameras anywhere in the house?
No.
Okay. Did he ever tell you about the alarm system or give you an access code to the
No.
alarm system?
No. I wouldn't have asked for that.
No,
I wouldn't
no,
have
no.
wanted that anyways.
Sorry to regress to that.
No, you're
Go
okay.
back to that phone call, or where you noticed the television in the background of the phone call.
So I didn't know what room he was in, but I was just like, I just thought it was weird. Because he's always like, before I go to bed and I lay down, he's always like kind of trying to do the same thing. We just talk. It's like a really chill thing till one of us is about to pass out. And then that's like the end of it. But it was strange because I was like, the TV's on. I remember I was thinking, I was like, maybe he's waiting up for her. And then I was like, maybe not. I didn't know. It wasn't something that like alerted me. It was just different from his standard operating procedure. Because whether his wife is home or she's gone, he's always got kind of like the standard op when he calls me. So that's why it was kind of like unique. Because it doesn't really fluctuate when she's there and when she's not there. He's pretty like free reign with what he does.
So anything important that you recall during that conversation about the children, about his wife, about what he was doing the next day, what he had planned, anything like that? Did he tell you any of that information?
I remember he told me he had to go to the field and not to the office on Monday morning.
Okay. Did he specifically say where he needed to go on Monday morning?
No, I don't ask him for those sites. There's like, Anadarko's got like thousands of sites. If he were to tell me, I wouldn't even
They're
know.
just like random numbers and stuff, right?
Well, he told me, he said, I got to go to a site. I got to go check out like a valve or something where they think that they had a release. Something like that.
Did he mention the town or anywhere?
No. He just told me that that's what he had to go do. He's like, he was like, I won't see you in the office in the morning. Because I see him, but I don't actually like talk to him. Like I will go in the cafeteria, I will put my lunch in the fridge, and him and his whole team are sitting in there, and I don't talk to any of them. I just walk out. But anyways, yeah, he's like, so I won't see him going to the field, which is not an uncommon thing for the ops guys to like just go straight to the field. Like it happens. Like typically they go to the office, I would say like 3 or 4 days a week, but there are days where him and his other team members are not there. Or like I'll get in there and some days the cafeteria is packed and they're all there. And other days I get in there and there's only like 3 or 4 of them.
So it didn't cause you any concern that he said,
No.
I'm going to the field on Monday, I won't see you. That wasn't.
No,
Okay, so holy NK. Let's see. Hold that here. What is this? Oops. Okay. Oh,
So, and you said September to February of what years?
September 2020 to 2021. I just got on February.
okay. So I've got the maybe I should wait till tomorrow. I've got the David Carter recording that somebody had sent me a few months ago, but maybe we're gonna wait for that. It's getting a little bit late. What do you guys think? If I'm ever murdered, let my murder go free, because I would not want the world ripping me apart. Seriously. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. When my baby cries, I go to it like only natural. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I think when a baby cries, I go pick it up too. I don't, if we're talking about that baby wise method, nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that. I just, my perspective from developmental psychology perspective is that nurturing is nourishment, is nutrients for the soul, for the intellect. Nurturing for a baby is what is required. There's few things that are required, and that is like, milk, shelter, and nurturing, warmth, love, feeling safe and embraced and cared for. And to just let a baby, why am I going off on this? But just to let a baby cry, I've never been like interested in those models of child raising. And if some people are, it works, that's fine. I had friends that, would do that cry it out. I don't know if anyone did baby wise, but it'd be like the cry it out, method or whatever. I never did that. Worked for me. I used to nanny, and then I only have one child, but with my son, he would cry and I would go comfort him, and he soon slept well through the night, and he's a really great, awesome kid. And I'm happy with it. So da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So why are we the 14th? Debbie McLean says the 14th, Joan. She came downstairs with a with a look on her face. Chris says she saw a picture of Shanann and one of the girls. You have all of these beautiful kids, etc., etc. Why would you want to be with me? A sleazy empeñada. I mean, it's a really good question, actually. Okay, so Lauren would like to hear the David Carter call. Okay, I can't easily identify, and yes, maybe we'll do that. I'm trying to think if, let's see, if I should leave it. I'm just trying to think about if I want to play it now or if I want to, wait until Wednesday. And okay, I'm not sure. Let me think about it for another minute. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's a really good statement, Jamie. Jamie says this case brings out the beast in everyone, but it's only because the truth is still not spoken and it drives everyone crazy. Yeah, I would like to think that as well. Totally. Yeah, Lauren, another really great point. My gosh. I mean, there's so many. In my opinion, NK would have known a lot more about this leak than what she is saying. She works in safety, fixing a valve. It was a leak. I have right after the holidays this year, when all that bullying stuff started, I had been researching this, and I had to actually I didn't know if I was going to do a video or a live, but I have all the information put together, looking into the regulations and laws in Colorado and the oil industry in Anadarko regarding the protocol that needs to happen for the sake of safety. If there is, such that little leak, I can't remember what they referred. I can't remember, but there is very specific protocol. And that protocol was by no means followed. And a company with the reputation and exposure of Anadarko, wow, that would be a really, really, really big oopsie. So I'm going to have to get that information out and present it to you. Yes, you can go to bed. Joan says, Kelly's okay if I go to bed. Yes, honey, go to bed. Have a good night too. Yeah. So, yeah. And Vanessa makes a really good point. The more she talks, the more she'll slip up. So, yeah, I agree. So, listen, I'm going to do the David Carter tape Tomorrow I have Lana from Truth and Transparency. She's going to be in at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Lana, Truth or Transparency. And then it sounds like Wednesday, David and Kelly Searches Equals Answers might be coming on. So, or I could even I'll schedule it. I'll schedule it before I go to sleep within about an hour. So be looking for that when we'll play that tape, because I want to put some context to it, and it's just a whole idea for a little live stream. Let's hear it before he is there to train our minds as to what it means. That's true. Yeah, and okay, maybe we'll listen to it. All right, it's fine. Okay, all right. We'll listen to it, damn it. Fine. So Cassie says, didn't NK ask for proof that he was at Survey 319? Yeah, she did. I'll find that for you as well, okay? So, and he sent her actually, I've got Discovery up here. I can show you some of it, and then we can also listen to it in an interview. Hello, handy dandy trusty Discovery file. You're so big and bad and not complete and unfulfilling. Totally not satisfied. Okay, here it is. I almost went right to it. Finally, after like 2 years, I can find my way around this Discovery. It took a long time. Some people, I think, are really just good at that, and I get lost in it. No matter how many times I would look for the same thing, or I don't know. Okay, here we are. I was just reading that, the last text between Shanann and Chris was, she asked him what veggies he wanted, and he's like, wants green beans or something. She was just, it's so sad. I think she really was becoming aware of herself and was going to do some amazing things to try to make things work out in her marriage. She definitely is flawed, like all human beings are, but it's heartbreaking. Oh, it's so heartbreaking. Okay. Heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just share this with you so you can see what I'm reading. I just got lost reading this. Here. Aw. Poor Shanann. Okay. All right. All right. So weird. Ronnie asked the girls his Chris Watts Google searches started to get so different or weird too. It seemed like not a fit for him. He searched the name of that volcano in Mexico, and I guess Nicole Kessinger was putting these thoughts in his head. He was just such a programmable little man. All right, here we go. All right, okay, hold it. Okay. Watts made, Watts told, Russia took a picture. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the exact spot I need to go to because once I share this with you. Wait a minute. Okay, so hold it. So, all right, let me just share. You're so funny, Wendy. Wendy's like, I got a coffee. I'm back. I could go all night. We're good. Gwendolyn Karen, definitely use a rocking chair. You rock yourself to sleep with a baby. Oh, yeah. That's like so nice for them, right? Aw. Gwendolyn Karen says, mine slept through the night at 4 weeks. I used to go check, are you still breathing? Aw. I went the on-demand route. You want it, you got it. I know. That's how babies should be with babies. Aw. And they gained independence because of it. That's awesome. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Joan, too. It's so nice. Okay. So let me share this bad boy. Let's see. Discovery. Dun, dun. What's this? Make that go away. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. So, all right, my friends. So here we are. Let me Is there a way to make this like whatever? Okay, so all right. So here, at the very top of this page, we have 2:18 a.m. It says the home's router logged, and it's missing an apostrophe, but that's cool. Logged an unspecified activity on the Watts phone. Okay. 2:18. Okay. At 5:48, Watts left the home with the bodies of his family in the backseat, ostensibly. 6:29 to 6:30 a.m. Watts made 3 unanswered calls to Roberts, and this is his work phone, item 40. Oh my gosh, I did a whole series of live streams on this. Phone number 40 and 41. If you wanted to check them out, it was like cell signals at Survey 319, right around Christmas time. There's 3 right in a row. All right. It's 6:31 a.m. Watts sent a message asking Roberts, where you at? At 6:32, Cody Roberts replies, just got fuel in Kersey. At 6:32 a.m., Watts made an unanswered call to Roberts. At 6:33, Watts responded with 2 messages to Roberts. Okay, I'm in Survey. Where are you going first? So he's really definitely, of course, checking in on where people are going to be, hoping that they're not going to be where he is. And then Roberts responds, and then Roberts says it's 6:35. So these are all like right in a row. I need to call Chad to see if he plans on still stroking the 1029 out there to see if it'll pump. If so, I'll have to meet him, or he will have to get the Canon plugs from Tony. Okay. All right. So Watts is like, let me know before you leave there, or before he leaves here. And then Roberts informs him at 6:30 a.m. That Chad might be heading out there today. Phone was breaking up pretty bad. Probably made Watts pee his pants. And then Watts answers right away. It says, likely fearing another employee may show up at 3:19 while he was disposing of the bodies. Watts made an unanswered call to Chad McNeil. So at 6:41, Watts followed up with a message to McNeil saying, are you headed out to Survey? I'm out here. Cody said something about the pump at 1029. And then McNeil responds. And then Watts responds. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So all of that interaction was on Watts' work phone. Okay. So now it's 7:18 a.m. right here. This now is activity on Watts' personal phone. So how do we know that? It's item number 41. See right here? So at 7:18 on his personal phone for the first time this morning, Watts took a photograph of his laptop screen, presumably sitting in his truck. Coordinates put him at it's RV 319. It's his personal phone taking the picture. For all intents and purposes, in my mind, that puts Chris Watts at RV 319 at 7:18 a.m. The reason I did those. There goes my computer. Oh my God. Okay. Hi. Okay. Yay. It survived. Okay. I'm here. Let me make sure you're still here too. My computer just toppled over. All right, cool. Yay. I'm getting my new MacBook tomorrow. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. It was delivered. I can't wait. I don't have one right now and I miss it. Okay. Anyway, there's some group of people saying that Chris Watts may not even have been at RV 319 until 9:02 a.m. that Monday morning, which is, in my opinion, ridiculous. It's scandalous, and it was segueing, in my opinion, into implying innocent people of committing horrific crimes, and I didn't like it. So I had to show that wasn't true. I just think that the fact that he took a picture of his laptop at the RV 319 coordinates with his personal phone at 7:18 that's really, I think, good enough to put him there. I mean, geez, good Lord, people. Anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. Lost that. I digress so much. I lost my thought. Okay. So now he's back to his work phone. He sent a staged message to Shanann's phone. And then he called Troy McCoy. Then he called Roberts. So he must be done with whatever he's doing now, because he's like, calling a lot of people. Or I don't know if he is. I don't know. Watts told Roberts, yeah, I'm at RV 319. And then he took a picture of the what's this thing called? The release. Yeah, right. The release. So then we got our little leak here. And then he called Luke Epple, again, also on his work phone. Then he called Roberts. And I'm looking for, I thought it showed in here. Let's see. Okay. I thought it showed in here, Nicole Kessinger's inquiring. Just squeal like that. Okay. I'm all like bunny. Okay. Inquiring where he was that morning to send proof. Is it in a different spot? Oh my gosh. If anyone knows, let me know. Lana, where are ya? He, at 12:16 p.m., he stopped to take photographs of sunflowers. Again, that's his personal phone again, not his work phone. Presumably that's for Kessinger. Yeah. So let me check back in the chat. I know this is somewhere in writing. I can't believe I can't think right now where it is. I know in her interview with Kobach, the one where she goes into the police station to, basically turn in her phone, but then she just sits there and talks about herself and talks about how her best friend's dad just died and how dare she grieve. Jeez, pain in the ass, Charlotte. She mentions it to Kobach then. She tells him that she asked for proof of Watts being out at Survey 319, and we could listen to that too, of course. Let's see. Okay. Paul, do you think NK is guilty? 1, yes. 2, no. Let me get in on that, even though it was 8 minutes ago. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. Spring water. I know, Gwendolyn. I know. Blech. Yeah, I know. About failure to thrive. Oh. Hello, Yarn and Mittens. How are you? Oh, nice to have you here. You came from AD. Wonderful. Great. We love AD. I love AD. Wendy says, oh, I bet your son is great. The last thing a mom wants to do is teach her child that it's not going to do any good to cry out for help. Right. Absolutely. Oh, right. You want your child to believe that they're in a world where when they cry out, someone will respond. It might not always be perfect, but it will be. And there will be others, and there will be support, and there will be love. I think it's so sad to just let a baby cry. I nannied for a family. They had 2 girls, and when I nannied for them, one of them was already, Lauren was, she was like going into kindergarten, I think. But no, I don't know. She was like, I don't know. She wasn't a baby. And then her sister was a baby. And they did the, let them cry it out thing. And I could not go pick up that baby and comfort her when she was crying and wailing, because the older sister, who was like 4 or 5, would go and tell her parents on me. Oh, the nanny, went and picked up Sarah when she was crying, and they would come back and I would get in trouble. It was so crazy. It was very uncomfortable. And I kind of, phased out of that job. I talked to like some family and friends about it, and they're like, if you don't feel comfortable with that, you don't have to buy into it. You don't have to be part of it. You can leave. And I did. It was really weird. Anyway. Wendy says, in a way, if the MLM was an addiction, maybe she had hit her bottom and no way out. Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of was. That's really, really insightful. So, okay. So, let's see. Let's see. So this will be the last thing that we look at. Where's the other interview? Oh, hey, while I'm looking for this, guys, could you answer a question for me? I have started to do some material on other cases. I was going to do another channel to separate everything else from the Watts stuff, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just keep it all on this channel. I just kind of bugged out when I went through all that kind of like bullying hardship for a while. And I was like, I just want to get away, and I need to be able to escape if I want to escape. And I also wanted to protect some of my content from those attacker people, but I think it's slowed down. So I don't think it's a good idea to make another channel. Anyway, what other cases are you interested in? And what could we do? What other cases are you interested in? So far, I'm making a video right now about the Susan Powell case. I've always felt like really connected to Susan Powell and her memory. And, it's super sad that her remains haven't been found. And I don't know if you know that story. I'm not going to tell the whole thing right now. It's another one, just like the Watts case. It takes me a great deal of emotional energy to really dive into it. It's a tough one. So I'm doing the Susan Powell case. And I'm also going to start looking into the Delphi case. I wanted to have the first Delphi video out yesterday because yesterday, February 13th, was the 5-year anniversary. And to this day, the murder of the 2 little girls, Libby and Abby, there's been no arrest made, and it's a mystery. And gosh, I mean, I feel like so many other people do, that mystery has to eventually get solved for these poor little girls, for their memory, for their spirit, and for their families. So the Delphi case and Susan Powell are 2 that I'm going to be covering. I'm hoping to have some of this material out this week. Are there any other cases you guys are interested in? You don't know Susan Powell is. Okay. Susan Morphew. Okay, yep. Suzanne Morphew, I'm sorry. Yep. That's an interesting one too. Yep. I'm glad all of you don't work for the FBI. LOL. Everyone is entitled to, you're so funny. This is Vanessa speaking, by the way. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. All my coworkers agree with me because we see and hear about these investigations. I'm playing with y'all. Oh, it's okay. We like playing with you, Vanessa. Oh, geez. It's funny. You guys are so funny. Okay, so Suzanne Morphew. What else? Delphi case. Oh, good. You're into the Delphi case. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so excited about that. I'm really excited to, get material about these cases out there. Oh, Drew Peterson. Jesus, God, Lord. He is such a creepoid. Oh, my God. I used to take in a lot of Peterson crap. He is, man. Stacy was his 3rd wife, right? That died mysteriously. And oh my goodness. Hi, Angelica. How are ya? Nice to see you, sweetie. Oh, it was Angelica. I mentioned you earlier, but not you, when I was talking about long time ago, something my friend Alex had told me. And I said, somebody in a comment to a video or in chat said, well, why would Watts even need a pro bono attorney? And I said, well, I don't even know if he does. And I kind of went into that. It was Angelica who asked that question, guys. Yeah, Peterson, much like the Watts. Yeah. And oh, good night, Debbie. Yeah, I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon. Doing good, Angelique. I'm so glad you came here. So Vanessa says definitely Delphi. Awesome. Wow, somebody got on that bot lightning fast. They're good. These mods are good. Delphi murders is interesting in the Morphew case. Chandler Halderson. What? Oh, I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna have to look into that. Hold on. I want to let's see. Let me start this so I can come back to it. Okay. Chandler Halderson. Oh, I can't believe I've never heard of it. I just feel like I've heard of everything true crime. Okay, so yeah, Delphi case will probably be the first one that I'll be doing. And then Angelique, I'm telling them about, I'm going to cover some different cases. And I was asking if there's any that people are interested in particular. All right. So Utter Nutter, here's Susan Powell. Let me just show you. Oh, sweet girl. Oh, I didn't even know this. There's just recently, holy cow, in the past 2 or 3 days. Oh my gosh, this is, she disappeared in 2009. In the past 2 or 3 days, there's a headline, Father Confident remains of Susan Powell found after the search was renewed. And then, wow, they're looking in a desert mine, which, wow. I didn't even know this was going on, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to, here, let me share. That's amazing. That's so crazy. See, oh, wow. Yeah, they found bones and some clothing. I'm not going to show that. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Let me just find a picture for you, of the family. I guess. Oh my God, the husband's such a freaking creep. Oh my God, if you don't know what happened in this case, guys, brace yourself. Seriously, it's like, oh my God, whew. This is a heart-wrenching one. Like, oh my God, holy cow! All right, let me share the picture. Let's see. Oh, I want a bigger picture. Come on. All right. All right. So there's Susan Cox Powell and her husband and her two little boys, Charlie and Brayden. Sweethearts. So, yeah. Let's see. Lauren, has anyone looked into Don Lewis, husband of Carol Baskins from oh. Huh. No, I don't know about that one either. Wow. Huh. Is David's back? Did I see someone say David? Hi, David. We are still live. I found your David, I found the audio that someone had sent me just a little while ago, and we were discussing if we were going to play it now or wait. There's only 30 people here now, so I'm gonna make you guys wait. Dave, Pride or Honesty. Hey, how's it going? Pride or Honesty, I was really trying. How long have you been here, by the way? I was really trying to get the Delphi, the first video done by yesterday, but it didn't happen. I got really slowed down by the bully troll channels and all that jazz and COVID, but it'll be coming out. Pride or Honesty suggested it, and he usually has good things to say and whatnot. So I looked into it. I was like, yeah, man, this is it. Delphi. Oh. I've had to do so much studying. Holy cow. That's twisted. Gannon, okay. This case is so sad. Why didn't the child services protect the boys better? I know, Angelica. I know. That's freaking heartbreaking. Oh my God. I know. She's talking about the Powell case. It's terrible. And when you listen to that 911 call, right? You want to be like, just freaking listen to her. And like the 911 dispatch is kind of like taunting like the social worker, like, oh yeah, okay, like your case is so important, right? Yep. Well, we'll get someone out there whenever they can get there. She's like, well, I smell gas, oh my God. Oh, look up Maury T. Travis, okay? Ugh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Wow. You guys have lots of good suggestions. Yeah, we can wait. We'll wait, David. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on your that audio. How was dinner with your family, sweetie? Oh, Suburban Nightmare. Huh. Yeah, it's on Tubi. I also have, oh my God, I have so many. I'm not going to talk about all the things that I have in the works, but they're not done. But Maury T. Travis. Let me just write that down real quick. Here. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Ew. He scares me. Oh. Oh. Jesus. Oh. How terrible. I've heard bits and pieces about this case. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, I know. To finish off, to round off our evening. Here we go. No, not yet. Hold it. Find it. Transcript open. Find save. Let's see. Really? Whoa. Get over here, animal. Oh my God. What the heck? Oh my God. What's wrong with all of you? My rabbits are like crazy tonight. Okay, here I found it. So 9/3. Okay. All right, the final installment here. NK. NK. All right.
And then I deleted that one too.
Right.
Because I was like, I don't want to deal with this. By the way, when you're looking through those texts, look for he phoned for that one conversation we had where he screenshotted me what he did on Monday. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you said that's his antidote.
And that should be the only recent. There's probably stuff if you guys are able to pull it from way back that we talked, but nothing.
The thing we talked about was him proving that he went to the oil field.
That he went to work.
That he went to work that morning.
Yeah.
At whatever site he was supposed to go to and check on the
that'll be in there.
bees.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then I don't know. Am I allowed to address my friends and tell them to please no comment to the media. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not telling them anything else.
So I mean, that was
I
it.
would not
Whoops.
talk with anybody about.
So that was it. That was just NK saying that she had asked Watts for proof that he was at work or wherever. He took a picture of the release at Survey 319 and sent it to her. It was actually the picture of the release that he had sent to, I think, Cody Roberts as well. And ta-da! There's his proof, you know? Oh, boy. So, yeah, I don't know what was wrong with his neck. Yeah. Oh, Kelly, Maury did a video of the women, okay, titled My Wedding Day. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, my God. Yeah, I remember hearing something about that. I'm not sure if I can, I don't know if I'm not sure if I want to take that in right now. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That's really intense. I'll put the comment up if you guys want to read it. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Wow. So that's one you find interesting. How long ago did these murders happen? I guess we could go look back over here. Oh, span of crimes, 2000 to 2002. Holy cow. So he committed that many murders in that short, a period of time. Wow. That's wow. Oof. Oh man. Jack says, "Oh, you going? Let's see. Okay, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for being so awesome in chat." Jack says, "What is with the scandal going on at Dave, the Truth Seeker? Oh, Seeking the Truth with Dave just has there's a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I'm trying to not be too aware of Seeking the Truth with Dave. Hopefully he's doing what he needs to do. And I'll tell you one thing, guys. I have had the number of trolls, the number of people like just popping into chat, comments on my videos, anything. I mean, somebody who's not very active on YouTube right now had a ton of alts. We always suspected it, but I mean, the decrease in activity of certain kinds of comments and whatever, it's very refreshing. It's lovely. Anyway, I just wish everyone the best. Yes. Moving forward. Utter nutter. Woo woo. For sure. Yeah. Let's see. And there's one other case that I had covered previously. I'm going to do another video on this case because it is a completely unsolved murder, no arrests, nothing. And this happened in 2008. It's the murder of a woman named Lindsay Buziak. And hey, you know what? It's a short video. As we're on our way out, I think it's only like 10 minutes long. I'll play it for you guys. This man, her father, since 2008, obviously loved his daughter so much with all his heart and has been working tirelessly to for an arrest in his daughter's murder. This first video I did does not go into the different speculations and theories about what may have happened to Lindsay. Well, we know what happened to her, but who may have been behind her murder. It's some scandalous stuff having to do with really large kind of like drug cartels and, all possibly legitimate. Let's see. Where are you, Lindsay? I certainly didn't take it down, did I? Not. Why would I have done that? Why would I have done that? Oh, here it is. Okay. Justice for Lindsay. Oops. So, okay. So as, you know, kind of like wrapping things up, let me play this for you guys, okay? Justice for Lindsay. This is a interesting case. I hope you guys take interest in it. I'm going to do the next video soon. I have all kinds of big plans. I will, though. I fall through my plans. The tragic murder of Lindsay Buziak happened on February 2nd, 2008. To this date, in 2021, almost 13 years later, this murder has not yet been solved. No arrests have been made related to this murder, and there is plenty of speculation regarding why that may be. I will go into some theories that to many sound like strong possibilities in resolving this crime later in this video and in videos to come. For right now, I just want to introduce you to this case and to Lindsay Buziak. Among those tirelessly advocating for justice for Lindsay, among those who are working towards finding an arrest that can be made to resolve this unsolved murder case, is her father, Jeff Buziak. Mr. Buziak has been working around the clock, from what I can tell, for almost 13 years to find those who committed this horrific crime against his daughter so they can face justice. In a recent interview I listened to from 2018, Jeff spoke about his commitment to his beautiful daughter and how he has lived his life in such a way so he can dedicate virtually all of his time and energy to finding justice for Lindsay. If you know anything about this case, if you have any information that might possibly be related to this case, I implore you to contact the appropriate authorities and also to contact Jeff Buziak himself with any leads that you may have. I will provide contact information for both the authorities and for Mr. Buziak at the end of this video and also in the description box. Each year on the Now, something important to know about this case is there is a great deal of mistrust, and it sounds like rightfully so, between Mr. Buziak and the authorities in Canada where this murder happened. So that's a really important point. Mr. Buziak always wants people to know if they call in with any kind of information or tip, call the authorities, and please also copy him. He feels this is critical. So I just want to be respectful and stress that point for Mr. Buziak. Anniversary of Lindsay's murder, her father and a group of people who care about Lindsay, who have loved ones who are victims of a violent crime, or those who just care about justice in general. This group of people marches 17.5 kilometers in the area of Victoria, Canada, in the area of where Lindsay's life was taken. It is their hope that this march will continue to bring awareness to the unsolved murder of Lindsay Buziak, and ultimately it will result in a fruitful lead that leads to an arrest. There's a $500,000 reward for information that leads to the arrest of the perpetrators in this case. At the time of her murder, Lindsay Buziak was only 24 years old. By all accounts, Lindsay was described as a young woman who could light up the room. Intelligent, vivacious, driven, and witty are some of the words used to describe Ms. Buziak. Lindsay Buziak was a budding real estate agent in beautiful Greater Victoria area of Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. Specifically, and this becomes very important in the story of Lindsay Buziak, Lindsay was a resident of Saanich, a bedroom community with a population of about 115,000. So let's talk about the crime. There are many things that are known about this crime in great horrific detail, and then there are things that are not known about this crime at all. It's a real mystery. As a budding real estate agent, Lindsay was hardworking and eager to make a sale and work her way up the ladder in her profession. Selling houses in upscale Victoria was Lindsay's dream. Roughly a year into her job, Lindsay was suddenly approached with a deal many real estate agents wait a lifetime for. Lindsay received a call on her cell phone from prospective clients, and they were making very specific requests. They were looking for $1 million home, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and separate quarters for a maid. The property, they said, should be no more than 15 to 20 minutes outside of town. Now, this may sound like a call straight from heaven if you're a real estate agent, but something was amiss, and Lindsay knew it. First of all, as I mentioned, the prospective clients called Lindsay's cell phone rather than her office phone, which was the number listed on her brochures. The clients also had an extremely tight timeline. They said they were only going to be in town for the weekend, so this sale needed to be closed in 3 days. An over $1 million home closing in 3 days, this was almost unheard of. The prospective clients also had a distinctive but unfamiliar accent that Lindsay couldn't quite put her finger on. To her, she said it sounded something like a Mexican accent. She actually referred to the couple as the Mexicans, just not being able to tell exactly where they were from. Lindsay expressed her suspicion with her father, who was concerned as well. After they talked things over, her father was at ease knowing that Lindsay's boyfriend was going to be meeting her at the property and was going to be looking out for her. Her boyfriend stood at 6'3" tall, 240 pounds, and he was in great shape. He was a hockey player. He was the son of a very wealthy local real estate agent, and well, by all accounts, they came from a good family with some caveats. And again, we're going to get into that a little bit later. I know what you might be thinking. The boyfriend had to have done it, right? Let's take a look at the timeline. So Lindsay did decide to show these clients a house that she found in Saanich, Canada. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, sounded like the exact house they wanted. Just before 4:30 p.m., Lindsay and her boyfriend, Jason Zalo, finished a late lunch at a local spa that they enjoyed. Jason paid the bill. They left. Jason had some work to finish as well. It is presumed that Lindsay went home to change to get ready for the showing. The showing was scheduled for 5:30 p.m. Jason sent a text message telling Lindsay that he would be there in just a little while, just before 5:30 p.m. Lindsay replied, "Okay, gotta go. The Mexicans are here." It is known at 5:29, Lindsay unlocked the front door. Based on the account of eyewitnesses, a couple, a blonde woman, short blonde hair, blonde woman, and a tall man, about 6 foot tall, walked in at exactly 5:30. At 5:41 p.m., Lindsay's BlackBerry made a pocket dial that called a friend she hadn't talked to in a very long time. It is believed that this pocket dial was a direct result of the attack. So at 5:41, by the time this pocket dial was made, the attack was already in place, and autopsies later revealed that Lindsay was stabbed 40 times in her torso from pelvis to neck. It was a truly brutal murder. Jason was spotted around 5:30, right around the time that the prospective clients, or now we know murderers, arrived at the house she was showing. Jason was spotted in security camera footage at a mechanic shop picking up some spare parts. He then picked up a friend of his who he was going to play hockey with that evening. And Jason and the friend drove into the cul-de-sac that the property Lindsay was showing was located on at approximately 5:45 p.m. Jason and his friend saw 2 figures through the glass portion of the front door. Jason parked his vehicle on the opposite side of the road of the house. He just assumed when he saw those two people that the showing had just started, and he wanted to give Lindsay some space to do her thing. This was her big day to shine. She knew how excited she was about this showing, and he didn't want to interfere by cramping her style. The rear of the vehicle was facing the murder house. Okay, so the back of the vehicle is facing the murder house. Jason and his friend sat in that vehicle for approximately 10 minutes. Jason started to get worried. He sent a text message to Lindsay saying, "Are you okay?" And the text message was not answered. Jason then became very worried, and both he and his friend walked up to the front door and found it was locked. This was at 6:05 p.m. At this point, Jason was in a sheer panic, so he called 911. The text message he sent was, of course, never opened by Lindsay. Jason's friend went around and entered the house through a back door, noticing that there was a French door that was slightly ajar. Jason's friend came in through the back door, through the house, and opened the front door. So upon entering the house, Jason claims he called Lindsay, Lindsay, Lindsay several times, and then he sprinted upstairs to the master bedroom where he found his girlfriend had already been stabbed 40 times in a pool of blood. He proceeded to perform CPR to no avail. When the medics arrived at 6:11 p.m., Lindsay Buziak was pronounced dead. Based on the eyewitness accounts, all that is known about the killers is this sketch of a woman with short blonde hair and a man about 6 foot tall, and they have no composite sketch of this man. And eyewitnesses say this woman was wearing a distinctively colored dress, a dress that looks just like this, red or pink, white and black. Law enforcement later disclosed that this dress was not a designer dress that was hard to get. It could be purchased at a lot of department stores in the area. So it was really difficult to trace the perpetrators based on the eyewitness accounts. So this is the crime, the murder, the unsolved murder of Lindsay Buziak. It's a terribly tragic crime, and you can understand why her father 13 years later is still tirelessly searching for the murders of his daughter. We're going to go into some theories about this murder in my next video, but it should be known that the Royal Canadian Mounted Police joined efforts to resolve this case from the very beginning. Jeff Buziak and other people close to Lindsay have some real problems with the investigation, and I'm going to discuss the details of the investigation also in successive videos. In early February of 2021, mere months ago, it was announced the United States FBI joined the investigation. Public statements have been made from the agency about the agency's involvement. However, Jeff Buziak believes this is just another PR stunt. Lindsay's father is quoted as saying, quote, "It's a good PR campaign by the Saanich police. We've heard something from them every year about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, and nothing has happened in 13 years. Can you blame the man? 13 years have gone by, and local police have not made any progress in solving this case. I am so sorry, Mr. Buziak. As a parent myself, I simply cannot imagine. If you have any information that might lead to an arrest in this case, please contact the Saanich Police and also Mr. Jeff Buziak himself. The Saanich Police Department number is listed right here, as well as in the description box. Mr. Buziak's email address is jeff.buziak@hotmail.com. It is my hope and the hope of many that an arrest is made in this case and the perpetrators are brought to justice. So Lindsay, her family, and all of those who love her can finally have some peace. We're with you, Lindsay. We're going to keep fighting for you. All right, so that's Lindsay Buziak. So, as you can see, just a really terrible, story that this poor girl and her family, there's been no arrest made, no progress. Could you imagine being her father? My gosh, I just really wow. Yeah, I have to make that follow-up video. I've been following this case for a very long time. I have a family friend who knows a family. It's a very, very distant connection, but it just brought my attention to this case more than, a case where I didn't have any connection whatsoever. And I've just always felt very close to this case. And her dad is just such a warm and affectionate and caring person. And he's been just compassionately strong and amazing. I hope that someday he gets what he's looking for. So yeah. Oh, Lauren W says I lived on the island for a few months. It's beautiful there. It is. It's like I can't believe I don't know who else is from Canada. Sorry if you're from Canada. I'm in upstate New York, close to Canada. So hey, it's almost like home to me. But I never thought I'd have like a dream destination I want to live in be Canada. But it's just like a very nice area of Canada. Good skiing, not too far away. Snowboarding. So, oh goodness. Let's see. So yeah, thanks so much to the moderators. You guys did an awesome job tonight. Those of you who are still there, thank you so much. Utter Nutter, you hung through to the end. You are awesome. And let's see. Sorry, I keep listening for escaping bunnies. It's a crazy animal night. Okay. And everybody who was here and participated, thank you so much. All of your suggestions for, cases that we can follow up on and look into. I've just put them all. I just saved them all in my notepad, and I'm going to look into all of them. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So, and David Carter, thank you for coming on up today. And I'm glad you had a nice dinner with the family. That's amazing. And yeah, of course. And thanks for watching Lindsay's case. I will definitely do another video now that very soon that I've brought this back up. Things just get so crazy. I have so many videos that are only partly done. But you know what? I have to get rid of some of my Watts case stuff, guys. This is embarrassing. I started cleaning out my files, Watts case files recently, because I realized I had doubles of some, and it was just like unorganized, causing problems. I had over 6,000 Watts case files. 6,000. Come on now. I need to diversify. I mean, it's, the case is really important to me, obviously, but goodness gracious, all that information out there, and it makes me think two things. Like, okay, is this it? Like Vanessa, you said like we don't like NK, but there's no crime. Is it that, or is it something that's just, I don't know. So yes, thank you so much, Utter Nutter. So tomorrow 7:00, Lana from Truth and Transparency will be here. I hope you guys can all make it. And then it looks like on Wednesday, we'll be back with David Carter and probably, I hope, Kelly Searches Equals Answers. Looking into, some more stuff. And I'll be uploading some videos along the way this week as well. So great stuff to look forward to with my peeps. And yeah, everyone have an awesome night. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. with Lana, Truth and Transparency. Love you guys. Take care.